WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM1310 WDPN.
You don't have to run fast when you hit him like that. Go ball! Go! But this is when he has really excelled this year. Another base hit with a runner in scoring position. Rodriguez will throw to the plate. Rocchio the slide. Save! The pitch. Ground ball. Base hit. Well, that ends the mystery.
It certainly does.
A no-hitter through 8 for Parker Messick. Another incredible night for the left-hander.
He certainly did his job tonight.
Oh, so close last night. Almost a no-hitter. Almost a magical night last night at Progressive Field. And we got to wait again for a no-hitter from a Cleveland baseball pitcher. Welcome into the Sam Bourquin Show, everybody. AM 1310 WDPN. Ready to roll with you on a fill-in-the-blank Friday. Sam Bourquin here, Ryan Rainsberg on the other side of the glass. Beautiful day today. No rain in the forecast. Hope you're out enjoying the day. If you're out and about in the car, hope you got us tuned in. If you do, thank you for doing that. 1310 WDPN. If you're in the office, a couple more hours for you and you get out of there. You might be working at home today. You might be out taking a little walk in the park. You might be on the patio. If you are, appreciate you joining us too, whether it's on the radio or on any of our social media platforms today. As you know, we're with you Monday through Friday, 3 until 6, live. In addition to our radio station at AM 1310 WDPN on X, on Facebook, the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the we got the chat room open and ready to go. Thinking about the NFL draft that's coming up here next Thursday. But, oh, man, we got a big show for you today. We got our fill-in-the-blank Friday. Those of you that are already watching live on our social media platforms, you've got that up in the top right corner of the box there. You can interact with us there. We'll tell you about the fill-in-the-blank Friday here in a minute. We're kind of rushing by the seat of our pants early because we got an early interview today, and I want to kind of set the table before we get into that. So we will definitely take a look back at the almost no-hitter last night for Parker Messick. Got us into the top of the ninth inning. And a little dribbler to the right of second base just got under the glove of Juan Brito. And the no-hitter was over. Boy, he was so good last night. Parker was so good. I thought he was going to get it. Sometimes you get the gut feeling, and sometimes you don't. And I had the gut feeling he was going to get it. Now, I didn't say anything. I just, it was kind of lining up. His stuff was just filthy last night. Orioles looked completely lost at the plate. The weather was a little, not entirely temperature-wise, but a little reminiscent of the night that Lenny Barker threw the perfect game at Municipal Stadium. It was raining. There was some nasty clouds overhead. The temperature was starting to drop a little bit. I said, hey, this is all coming together. This is how this is going to go down. This is what's going to happen. And there wasn't that many people there last night. They announced 14,800 and some, probably in the building last night. I don't think there was 10. But I thought, this is perfect. We're going to get this. Now, it's not going to be a perfect game, but it's going to be a no-hitter. And I'm looking forward to talking about it on the show. I'm thinking about who to have on. Seventh inning goes by. Eighth inning goes by. I'm feeling good. And now Hammy starts saying, oh, the weather. Well, look, it's starting to rain. The clouds are circling. It's getting bad. I'm like, oh, no. Now Mother Nature's going to put a wedge in between everything. And Parker Messick comes out to the top of the ninth inning. The clouds look really ominous. It's starting to rain a little bit harder. And then the ball goes under Juan Brito's glove. I mean, he gave it a good shot. And just like that, the no-hitter was over. Just like that, the no-hitter was over. And he got a big round of applause. So it's 4-0. And then another runner gets on. Now they bring Parker Messick out, which it was time. And then the bullpen comes in. Baltimore cuts it to 4-2, and they got runners on second and third with 2 outs. I thought, oh my gosh, is this thing taking a terrible turn? And Juan Brito made a great play to kind of save the Guardians in the ninth inning, and they go on to win the game 4-2. But for those of you that listened to the game last night, for those that watched the game last night, wasn't that fun? Whether you listened on the radio or you watched it on TV, maybe you had to follow it on, StatCast or something. But it was fun. I mean, we all were dreaming last night. Oh, wouldn't this be something if our guy would throw a no-hitter? But it was pretty cool, and we'll get back into that here this afternoon as well. Cavaliers and the Raptors will start their series Saturday at 1:00, NBA playoffs. It's a best of 7. And now, of course, some of the stories are starting to circulate today. Well, if Donovan Mitchell doesn't re-sign, should the Cavs trade him in the offseason? Are the Cavaliers willing to give James Harden a long-term deal? I mean, why does this stuff have to come out now? Who are the idiots that start to put this stuff out in circulation right the day before the playoffs start? So we'll get into that. We're going to talk some North Canton Hoover baseball with their head coach, Brian Ashby, coming up here in about 3 minutes or so. They are actually on the practice field, getting ready to practice, but Coach was kind enough to give us a couple of minutes here at the bottom of the hour to talk about his baseball team and the hot start that they are off to. Memory serves me correct, Hoover is 9-1 on the season. So we'll talk to Coach Ashby coming up here in a couple of minutes. 5:35 today, we will talk to the new head boys basketball coach at GlenOak High School, Ryan McGonagle. He will join us today. That'll be at 5:35. So stay tuned for that. We've got our Fill in the Blank Friday. Getting some good response already on all of our social media platforms at AM1310-WDPN on Facebook, on X, and, of course, the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the chat open for you, and you can vote right there. And we'll talk about the big weekend in sports as a whole coming up. WrestleMania is coming up. A lot of stuff going on this weekend. Sammy B's Best Bet, 429 on this day in sports history at 529. And, of course, the Fill in the Blank Friday. Our Fill in the Blank Friday. I want to get this to you before we get Coach on. On the sports calendar, which is the best month of the year? On the sports calendar, the best month of the year is blank. And I need you to fill in that blank.
So real quick, I already see people answering by simply saying the month. If you go into the chat.
I knew we were going to have to do
Well, we got to explain it. They don't know. You got to go into the chat, and if you type either number 1, 2, 3, or 4 that correlates with that month, you will enter in the poll question in the top right corner, and we will see it fill up as it goes.
So get to the Q92 Radio YouTube channel.
So, Mike, I see you down there picking April. If you type a 1 in, we'll see that fill right up.
All right. Hall of Fame City, hit that number. Everybody hit that number. All right. We're just trying this out today and see how it works. But just hit 1, 2, 3, or 4. That'll get your vote in. Now, typically on the Fill in the Blank Friday, we don't do a poll style question. So today we're kind of doing it this way today, but moving forward on the Fill in the Blank Friday, it'll probably be a little bit different. But
we're trying it out for our guys over at Q92 so they can see how it works.
I
We're
see.
doing them a favor today.
Oh, so we're the guinea pig.
Yeah.
We're the testing.
Well, look, we're the better guys because we're the smarter ones. It's me over here taking control of it.
So I want you to fill in the blank. And any which way you get your comment or answer to it, we would love to have it. Because I think I'm going to have to come to the rescue on this one. Fill in the blank. On the sports calendar, the best month of the year is blank. Nobody's picking this one particular month. And I think a lot of you are missing out. And I'm going to explain to you why I think you're missing out. All right? Boy, my phone has just been going bazooka here the last 15 minutes or so. A lot of stuff going on today. We got some changes coming up in the IVC. We'll get into that a little bit later on today. And some teams might be on the way out to the IVC. So we'll talk about that. We got lots of stuff to get to today. But right now it is 3:20. And we are going to go to the AM1310 WDPN hotline to bring in the outstanding head boys baseball coach at North Canton Hoover. That is Coach Ryan Ashby, kind enough to join us today here on the Sam Bourquin Show. And he's doing it on the field right before practice. Coach, good afternoon. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well. I wish I was outside, to be honest with you. It's beautiful today.
This is the weather we need in the spring here in Northeast Ohio.
So, Coach, before we talk about your 9-1 Vikings, you've had a great week so far. I reached out to you, and we kind of circled back today, and I just wanted to ask you, I know you didn't get a chance to watch a lot of the Guardians game last night because you guys were busy having a little team dinner after your victory, but, man, how hard is it to throw a no-hitter or a perfect game at any level in baseball?
It's got to be the hardest thing to do in baseball, Sam.
Yeah.
Everything's got to go right. You got fielders, you got umpires, you got coaches, you got all things going on, and for a perfect game or a no-hitter, I don't know if there's anything harder in the world of sports to do.
It's I got to watch Lenny Barker's perfect game as a kid, and I've seen a couple others by non-Cleveland baseball pitchers, and obviously I was so hoping that he would get that done last night. But I mean, when I was growing up playing sports and kind of getting introduced to him, Coach, my dad always said the hardest thing you're ever going to have to do is hit a fastball in baseball. He says that's the hardest thing in sports to do is hit a live baseball. And I was like, well, but I mean, they always say good pitching beats good hitting, but you're right. You have to have so many things go well. And I thought last night we were going to get it because we got a couple of those outstanding plays. Jose made one. Kwani made a great play. I thought, this is all going to line up and this is going to happen. But that just shows you how hard it is to do.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I mean, you get a team that is playing great defense and, it's just one small thing in a game that can screw up a no-hitter or a perfect game to not even the pitcher's fault, you know? And that's why the game's so great. You got 9 guys on the field, and they all know that it's a no-hitter or a perfect game that's working. And, they all want to get it done. So they're trying to do their best as well.
Coach, I know you were almost involved in one a couple of days ago, but you guys came back and you won the game. Have you ever watched live anything close to a no-hitter or a perfect game at any level of the sport?
Yes. Sam, you and I both, we pitched, in high school, in college. I remember, just like Tuesday night, we're coaching against McKinley. Mm-hmm. And the Favre kid just threw an absolute gem. It's 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning.
Oh.
And he's got 1 out to go before he no-hits us. And it's a 1-0 game. And Roman Geiselman comes up and hits a hard ground ball through the 6 hole. And the next one, we get a flare hit, and then things just come apart. We end up scoring 2 on a game-winning hit with the bases loaded by John Logsdon. And we scored 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs. And there again, that kid threw a great game, and you almost feel bad. It's like, oh man, haven't pitched, and sure we want to win, but oh man, being a pitcher, it's like that stinks.
Yeah, that's tough. That really is.
It happened. It happened to me in high school. You probably remember Mark Burkhart.
Oh yeah, Canton South kid. Yep, big Mark. We're playing at home at Dick Miller Field. My junior year, I'm throwing a no-hitter against Canton South. He comes up in the top of the 7th inning and hits a 2-run home run to tie it up. Goes to extra innings, and I end up losing the no-hitter, the shutout, and the win all in 1 inning. Coach, please tell me he didn't hit it to that very, very shallow center field out there.
It was just to the right of that. But having known Mark all my life and being a good friend of mine, he still reminds me of it every day.
I'm sure he does.
every chance I see him.
Right, little salt in the wound for Coach Ashby. Oh, my God. Coach, yes. We got about 5 minutes here. I want to let you make sure you get to practice on time because you're running that thing. Let's talk about your club. You're off to a hot start here, 9-0. It's a miracle you've probably gotten 10 games in already. You've had a busy week this week, another close win last night. Tell us about the 2026 Vikings baseball squad and what's been going on so far.
Well, yeah, like you said, we are 9-1, 5-0 in the league, which at this point in the game, if they would have told me that in February, I would have ran and bought that ticket right now. It's, the guys they're playing really well right now. Sam, we everybody always thinks of the 3 phases of the game: pitching, fielding, hitting, but, base running is a big part of it. And I think we are doing all 4 very well. We're hitting the ball. We're putting the ball in play. We're striking out less. That has been a big emphasis for us, just putting the ball in play and making things happen, getting to first base any way we can. That's been a thing of ours for the past couple of years. Give us base runners. We love to create chaos and pressure. And so the guys are doing it. They're just playing good baseball. We get guys on second and third base. We're driving them home right now. The timely hit is unspoken word in baseball. We have to have that and to be successful, and guys are executing right now, laying down bunts when we have to, sac flies, the timely hit. And then when you get to pitching, we're doing a job on the mound. Our guys are holding the opponent's batting average at 184 right now.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, they're doing really well. We're limiting our walks. Look, we've thrown I think it's 69 innings. We've only given up 32 runs. Doing outstanding in that department. And then when you're getting the defense behind it, we've made I believe 6 errors. And I think we're fielding right around 98%.
Wow.
For a high school team, I'll take that any day.
No doubt.
Everything's kind of working right now. We've had like 5 or 6 comeback wins. These guys fight to the end, and it's a great group to be around.
Coach Brian Ashby is our guest, North Canton Hoover, here on the Sam Bourquin Show, AM1310 WDPN, and all of our social media platforms, including the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Coach, Saturday doesn't look great as far as the weather's concerned, but maybe if you look ahead and tell us about the next 5 to 7 opponents you guys have lined up on your schedule.
Well, yeah, I just want to give a real quick shout to our coaching staff. They do a fantastic job getting our guys ready. We have Jeff Sarbaugh, Eric Sarbaugh, Drew Cook, and then my son Connor Ashby. He's actually helping when he can from his job at it. He's a salesman now in medical device world, so when he can get there, he helps. But got a great staff that helps put it all together. You get great people around you, it makes it work. So. We've got Saturday. We've got tomorrow. Luckily we have turf.
Yeah, that's right.
Rain. We're going to start the game early at 11.
Okay.
We're going to play Twinsburg at home.
Okay.
I think we got to get them. They've gotten two of us in regional final, and then last year they got us. So we owe them one.
All right.
But then the big week next week, it's a big week. We've got Jackson Tuesday, Wednesday. We have GlenOak Thursday, and then we have Medina on Saturday.
Holy smokes.
They're ready to go. We've got a tough schedule next week, and it's going to be a fun one for us.
No doubt. Well, there'll certainly be a measuring stick for you next week as well. So good luck. Get that thing in tomorrow. Get Twinsburg and have a great week next week. I know they might be calling for snow flurries on Monday night, but anyhow, we'll try to.
So, Sam.
I can't. It's like, come on. We're going to be like 28 degrees on Monday night. It's ridiculous. But get those guys rolling. You're having a great season. I love talking ball with you and catching up, and we'll do it again here soon. And appreciate the time. Go have a great practice today, Coach. I appreciate you coming on.
Always great talking to you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. There he goes. Brian Ashby, the outstanding head baseball coach of the Vikings of North Canton, Hoover. Yeah, I was looking at the forecast, a couple of days ahead, and possible snow flurries maybe on Monday afternoon or Monday night. Yep, it's Northeast Ohio. News and weather coming up next, 1310 WDPN.
Now, the latest area news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 3:30. Stocks were up in today's trading amid an announcement from President Trump and Iran's foreign minister that the Strait of Hormuz is reopened to maritime traffic. The Iranians say they will allow commercial traffic to pass through for the remainder of the ceasefire. President Trump says the U.S. will maintain its blockade in the strait, which affects ships utilizing Iranian ports. More from ABC's Ian Panel.
In practice, it doesn't really change anything from the situation over the last week when the U.S. Naval blockade was put into place. I mean, on a technical level, all ships, oil tankers, for example, could have crossed through the Strait of Hormuz over the last week, in or out. Now, the reason they haven't in large numbers is because of concerns about the war, because of concerns about Iran, because of concerns about mines. And it'll take a little while for that confidence to be restored.
Meanwhile, a 10-day truce in Lebanon appears to be holding as President Trump calls it a historic day for Lebanon. The pause in fighting between Israel and Hezbollah might help extend the ceasefire between Iran and the U.S. and Israel. Pakistan's army chief met with Iran's parliament speaker to push for an extension. The House has approved a short-term renewal until April 30th of a surveillance program used by U.S. spy agencies. The action came in a post-midnight session today after Republicans revolted and refused President Trump's push for a longer extension. GOP leaders late Thursday had rushed out last-minute changes and called lawmakers back for a middle-of-the-night vote. Their proposal would have extended the program for 5 years with revisions, but the effort collapsed. At the center of the standoff is Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, which allows the CIA, National Security Agency, FBI, and other agencies to collect and analyze vast amounts of overseas communications without a warrant. Trader Joe's is agreeing to pay $7.4 million to settle a class action lawsuit accusing it of putting customers at risk of identity theft. Details from ABC's Sophie Flay.
If you used a credit or debit card at Trader Joe's from March to July of 2019, the grocery store chain may owe you money. The lawsuit claims that during that period, certain locations printed receipts that displayed sensitive financial information, putting customers at risk. Trader Joe's denies the allegations and any wrongdoing and says no one has reported identity theft. But you don't need to be a victim of identity theft to submit a claim.
It's 73 degrees in Alliance at 3:32. This is WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Here's Mark Johnson's forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
A lot of sunshine coming our way for your afternoon hours today. We're going to stay dry and warm. Great day to get outside. 76 degrees for the high. Overnight, call it partly cloudy, staying dry and mild, 59. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
See it all around you. Good loving gone bad. And usually it's too late when you realize what you had.
Oops, there we go. I want to thank Coach Brian Ashby of the North Canton Hoover Viking baseball squad for joining us on the show today. Right before practice there on the field, so we appreciate Coach Brian doing that. New GlenOak boys basketball coach Ryan McGonagle will be coming on live today. at 5:35. Let's see here. Our fill-in-the-blank Friday today. On the sports calendar, the best month of the year is blank. On the sports calendar, the best month of the year is blank. What do you think? Now let's walk this through. All right, by the way, if you go to the Q92 Radio YouTube channel, in the chat section, we got the question up there, and you can hit one of the choices. Now, again, normally this won't be this way on Fridays, but today we're trying it out. April, February, September, or other. And if you want to vote, all you do is click the number next to the month, and your vote will be in. So 1 is April, 2 is February, 3 is September, 4 is other. If you're on Facebook or any of our social media platforms, just go ahead and type in the month that you think is the best month on the sports calendar. And I thought this through last night, and then I thought, nah. And then I thought it through again. And I said, you know what? Especially with the month that we're in, I think this is an apropos question for today. So that's why I decided to go with it.
Ooh, apropos. That's French, I think.
Apropos. Well, I'm French, so there you go.
Oh, really?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm German.
90%. The other 10%, who knows? But if you think about it, think about the sports calendar, think about the months of the year, and think about when certain sports seasons start, or when they come to a crescendo, another big word, and they come to an end with a championship. Think about that, and maybe you'll see where I'm going here. On the sports calendar, what is the best month of the year? And a lot of people have chimed in, and I get it. They immediately went to like the fall season, because I think people are over the heat and humidity. They're ready for football, and that's kind of where they're going. Just a couple of samples here. Randy says, all months the Buckeyes and Bulldogs play football in. Robin says it's September. I like how Robin lays this out. He says you got high school football starting up, start of the NFL season, MLB pennant race, and college football. Jeff says April because it's WrestleMania season. Mark says September. It's the start of college football, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty as far as Major League Baseball is concerned. Paul says October if the Guards make it to the World Series. George says, Sam, it's September without a doubt. Dougie says September. High school, college, and pro football are going on.
Hall of Fame City says it's March.
Yeah, see there? Right, because of March Madness.
That makes sense, yeah.
The NBA regular season is starting to wind down, and in some years, it is the start of the Major League Baseball season. Now, that can be argued end of March, early April. I'll take either. I'll take either there. And I like where Jim's going here. He says it's April. You got the Masters and the NFL draft in the Guardians home opener. Jim Kincaid says it's October, November for him because of the World Series. Mark checking in. Mark Smith, one of the best kickers around ever in the history of high school Stark County football. He said it's March Madness. Tim Miller checking in. Selling those houses. He says it's September, Friday nights when the weather is still perfect for tailgating. On your sports calendar, which is the best month of the year? Now, I want to throw this at you because my first thought was, even though I made up the question, my first thought was to go right to September/October because of the weather's kind of turning a little bit. We're getting that football feel. High school football was underway. College football was underway. Pro football was underway. World Series, which actually ends in November, but I can be flexible there. So I thought, okay, September, October, really good. And then I go right to March, or I went to February, because you've got the Super Bowl. You've got college basketball is kind of hitting its peak before, they get about 3 weeks, and then we kind of roll ourselves into March Madness. And besides, in February, when the Super Bowl ends, that's when we kind of start really paying attention to basketball, either college or pro. And then I thought, okay, what about March? You got March Madness, the beginning of the baseball season. Then I came to the month of April. And I said, whoa, let me sit back here and take a look at this. In the month of April, you have Major League Baseball opening up in earnest. You have the NCAA College Basketball Final Four. You have the NFL Draft. You have the Masters. Spring football for a lot of the colleges and universities. And then if you want to go out of the box a little bit, there's WrestleMania. That's 5 pretty big events going on in 1 month. And even though there's like no real football in there, I think the month of April is pretty strong, don't you? Major League Baseball opening up, the NFL Draft, the Final Four, the Masters. I mean, that right there in 1 month is incredible. Then, like I mentioned, there's a lot of big wrestling fans out there. I know that's coming up this weekend in Las Vegas. And colleges and universities are, they're playing their spring football game. So April's a really strong month.
Yeah, I think you could objectively say that April is by far the most exciting month of the year for sports.
It's like it's got the big boppers. It's got the Final Four, it's got the Masters, it's got the NFL Draft. It's got the opening of the Major League Baseball season. I mean, that's 4 pretty big ones right there. But, February's got the Super Bowl. NCAA college basketball, the NBA kind of heating up. But you go back to September, kind of like the changing of the seasons a little bit, and then definitely into October, where high school, college, pro, football, underway, full go. And then October, NHL hockey's firing up. The Breeders' Cup, for you horse racing fans. The World Series. Plus the NFL. I mean, October and April, pretty strong. Pretty strong.
George on Facebook says, I changed my mind. You are right. April it is.
I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I just thought when I was looking at all the answers that were coming in, and a lot of it was September, October, we had a couple April. I think we had one March. And I'm thinking, I think I need to redirect the map here. I think, I'm going to go with April.
I think I'm going to go with March.
You're going to go with March.
Yeah.
See, again, this is all up to opinion, and nobody's wrong. But I just think you can make a really strong case.
Yeah.
For all the months that everybody's putting up there.
Yeah, I think March would be mine because I kind of felt the fever this year with March Madness a little bit. I felt a little left out because I didn't participate. So I think next year I might be interested in looking at that.
Yeah, I mean,
it seemed like fun to be a part of.
It is. It takes it to another level. If you get in on the brackets or a NCAA college basketball pool or something like that.
Find a team you like to follow.
Yeah, and just, put a couple of bucks down or fill out a bracket sheet or whatever. Heck, some of that stuff you can do for nothing. Doesn't even cost you. You can win something.
Don't got to bet on a bracket sheet.
No. So, but now I'm sitting here looking at, I've got these 4 months written down with the sports that I thought were, the big ones. And I'm almost thinking about, I've got a second question percolating in the back of my mind. Which month of the year could you not do without as far as sports is concerned? Like, what is one month that I can't take away from you? If I take away September/October, that's the beginning of football. I don't think we want to miss out on that. But if I take April from you, I'm taking your draft, the opening of baseball, the Final Four, and the Masters.
How about July? Just take July off the sports calendar.
Well,
that's got that lull, right?
July's got the Major League Baseball All-Star break. I don't know what else goes on in the month of July, sports-wise, that means anything. There's no college athletics going on because nobody's in school.
Yep.
NFL is done. NBA, no, there's nothing. Like July is. That's why we have the 4th of July and fireworks, because there's nothing going on as far as sports is concerned. And we all know how we love the Major League Baseball All-Star break. Holy smokes, what a terrible time of the year. Nothing going on. Home run derby, the celebrity softball game, and the Major League game. That's it. That is all that's going on that week. I think April's the toast of the town. I really think so. But we're taking your comments. We're taking your calls, 330-821-1310. You can also text in your top sports month at 330-924-7088. You can also take the poll on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel up in the chat. Just hit the number that corresponds with the month that you like, and it'll automatically put that in for you. And we got the chat going, too. You can always you can go that way if you want.
Yeah, good old Hall of Fame City defends March by saying, high school basketball is what puts March over the top for me.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So you got March Madness in college. You got the OHSA state title games.
Yeah.
I'm still going April.
No, April makes more sense.
I'm still going to go
logically, but March is cool.
But there's no football in April. I mean, spring. But I don't count spring football. That's what it is. It's practice, and I don't count the UFL. Sorry. The United Football League doesn't move the meter for me. Somehow I don't think I'm alone there.
No, I think it was funny because it was either yesterday or the day before we had on this day in sports history. It was the inception of the UFL, I think. And
the USFL.
The USFL,
yeah,
that's what it was.
For the second time. And it folded too.
Yeah.
So it was like good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
UFL, USFL, what's the difference, really?
Yeah, well, they have all folded, and so will the UFL, just like the ones before it. All right, so I'm going to go back to Parker Messick last night with almost that no-hitter. Now, I've got a couple of stories. Now, I'm not making any of these up that have to do with what happened last night.
Oh, yeah, I heard most of them in the lobby.
So
I caught a little bit.
So as I was telling all of you on the show yesterday with Dylan, our son, picking up this part-time / full-time job, even though he's still in school, in the hours that he's been working in a restaurant, he's getting out really, really, really late at night during the week and even later on the weekends. So I've kind of changed things up just a little bit, staying here at work a little bit later to get an earlier start on the day following, and then leaving here later, getting to the Y later, so I stay there later, and then I just kind of hang out and wait until I have to go pick him up at whatever time it is, 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock, whatever. So last night, I left here at, I want to say it was about 10 to 8. Now, it usually takes me about 35 minutes to get to the North Canton Y from here. So, all right, get me there at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Okay, 8:30, 8:35. The Y closes at 10. I'll stay till 10. So I'm driving over, and I'm like, ooh, Parker Messick still hasn't given up a hit. Okay. So we're in the 5th. We're in the 6th. We're in the 7th. And out into the 8th, I pull into the North Canton Y. Now, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't get cell reception inside the building, so I can't go in. They don't have access to Cleveland Guardians TV on the televisions inside. So that's another strike. Or do I go in, get the workout in, do the swim, everything I usually do, and just come out to the car at 10 o'clock? Well, there's no way, because the game's going to be over. I am not missing a no-hitter. I'm not going to do it. So the workout's going to have to wait. So I get I park way at another parking lot because I don't want to take up spots for people trying to get in and get out. So I got the game on the radio. I got my cell phone in hand. And now there's 2 outs in the 8th inning. And now there's 3 outs in the 8th inning. We're coming to bat. I put a couple things out on social media just to remind people maybe to get to the TV or the radio. That's all I said. I think I listed it as, if you're a Cleveland baseball fan, you might want to turn on your radio or your TV right now. That's all I'm saying. Send. I never mentioned the pitcher's name. I never mentioned the no-hitter. I never spoke anything of it because I don't want to be called, that guy, the jinx guy. So I'm going back and forth with a couple of friends, texting, Mark in the sales office, Keller, Christian. I got the game on in the radio. And now the bottom of the 8th comes to an end. And now I'm starting to replan the show. Probably shouldn't have done that. But I started to replan the show for today if there is a no-hitter. So I'm thinking about possible guests. Who do I call first? Who do I want to have on the show? Which reporter? Do I get a baseball? What am I going to do? I'm going to get the highlights ready to go. We'll go back and play the old Lenny Barker final pitch for his perfect game. We're going to do it up. This is all kind of going through my head in between the commercial break before the game comes back on at the top of the 9th inning. And at the same time all this is going on, Mother Nature is really starting to wreak havoc up in Cleveland. These brutally dangerous storm clouds are coming in. The rain is starting to come down, and the heavy stuff is coming. And I'm thinking, what if it starts thunder and lightning? They're going to pull these guys off the field. They're going to put the tarp on. This is going to go horrible. This is going to go horribly wrong. Well, the rain kind of stayed the way it was. We start the top of the 9th inning. I'm just sitting there. I'm sitting there in the car. I'm like, come on, Parker. Come on, Parker. I got my hands on the cell phone. And the ball goes up the middle into center field, a base hit. Just to the right, a little bit to the right of the second baseman, Juan Brito. I'm like, So then I get on social media. Great job, Parker. Almost. Great job. Blah, blah, blah. Turn the car back on. Drive up into the Y, get my parking spot going, work out, come back out to the car, and I've got to wait for the text to go pick our son up. And I don't know when this text is coming. could be 10:30, could be 11, could be a quarter of midnight. Who knows? So I'm doing some social media stuff. I'm texting some friends back and forth about the game, and it's just what you do as sports fans. And then it hit me. My father-in-law went to the game last night with a friend of his. And if you're not familiar with my father-in-law, we affectionately call him, he has been called Silky. That's his nickname. So he and a friend went up to the game. Now, truth be told, they go 50% for baseball and 50% to the Jack Casino. I was like, boy, he picked a good night to go up. So I'm like, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. I go and pick up my son last night, and I said, Grandpa went up to the game tonight, didn't he? He said, yeah. I said, why don't you text him? It's a little bit late. Why don't you text him and see how it was? Did you have a good time, this and that and the other? So he texted him, and he says, you're not going to believe this. I said, what? Grandpa left after the 8th inning. I said, you got to be kidding me. No. Before the top of the 9th inning, they left. And he says, yeah, we went to the bar across the street and then over to the casino. I said, so you didn't? No. So that might be the reason why we lost a no-hitter. Silky got up and left before the top of the 9th inning. Base hit right to center field. No-hitter's over. Maybe that was why. I don't know. But great job by Parker Messick. We got a little quick interview. I want to pull up here. This is courtesy of Cleveland Guardians TV. Andre Knott on the field with Parker Messick after the game last night. Guardians win. Parker Messick almost throws the no-hitter. Here's that interview again, courtesy of CLE Guardians TV.
1 sec. That is loading. It's loading. Pretty sure this is it, by the way. If it ever loads. Hey, there it goes.
Come on, hamster. Come on, hamster.
Congratulations. Have you ever thrown a no-hitter before is what I got to ask first and foremost.
No, I have not.
Really?
No, never gotten one. That was the closest I've ever been.
Okay, so after 8 innings, what's going through your mind when you're sitting over here?
Same thing the whole game. Just keep executing. I mean, it was a good game, and the one pitch, snuck it through the hole. So you can't do nothing about that. It's a good one.
I always hear, and I think we can say this about you now, you got to get a good pitcher early. You walked the first guy, and then you didn't throw 4 more balls for almost 2 more innings. What locked you in after that first at-bat?
Yeah, the first batter of the game, you always have a little bit of adrenaline going. You want to find the right delivery. And, once I get in, I talk to Hedgie, talk to the coaches in there and see what they're seeing. And then I just adjust based off that. And then that usually gets me in a rhythm where I can get rolling.
I joked with you that talking about still being a rookie, even after the success you had last September. And we talked about what you've learned about yourself and what's going on with you. I think teams now are looking for that change-up. How much is it helping you having a guy like Hedgie kind of work through lineups with you?
Yeah, he's the man. I can't be more thankful having him behind the plate. I mean, he's a beast back there. He reads swings better than anyone. He has a really good game plan, and I just do my job and execute. And, I mean, everyone around the field, Hosey making that play, Quan early in the game making that catch. I mean, there were so many good defensive plays. I know I'm leaving a couple out, but they were unbelievable tonight.
You were unbelievable tonight, and I think everybody here couldn't imagine not seeing it and being here. So thank you. Appreciate it. Let's get out of here before it rains.
All glory to
There it is.
Thank you, guys.
There it is. Parker Messick talking with Andre Knott. Again, that audio courtesy of Cleveland Guardians TV. Great kid. Am I crazy to think that he is going to throw a no-hitter someday? I don't think that's too outlandish of a thought.
No, not if he got as close as he did last night.
He's just a pup, but he throws like he's about a 5 or 6 year veteran. He's got great stuff. He works quick. Don't be surprised if he throws a no-hitter at some point in his career. I'm not saying it's going to be his next start, but I'm telling you what, this kid's got what it takes. He's got a very his fastball has a lot of movement on it. Okay, his breaking ball, he can saw people off inside. And he works so quickly. His fielders, and I bet Hedgie too, they love when he's on the mound. Like, there is no wasted time. Look, you don't need a pitch clock with Parker Messick. He throws the ball. He gets the ball back. He gets the sign. He throws the ball. Lather, rinse, repeat. There's no standing around. He's just out there to pitch. He's out there to perform and compete. And that's exactly what he did last night.
We have Jay in our sales department commenting on Facebook. He says Silky's new name is Sandpaper because who the heck leaves in the midst of a no-no?
He
It's
left.
definitely his fault.
They left. They left at the beginning of the 9th inning.
Did you tell him it's his fault?
No.
Because he should know.
No, if you know Silky, you almost expect him to leave before the 9th inning of a no-hitter. It's just one of those things. But what a night last night.
I bet that beer was cheaper across the street anyway.
It might have been. Well, remember, after the 7th inning, they don't sell beer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, because they don't want people, getting hammered in the 8th and 9th inning and getting in their cars. So they shut beer sales off at the end of the 7th.
I'm sure that works.
But what a night last night. I was literally pounding on the dashboard of my car last night, pounding on the steering wheel, just trying to will that no-hitter for Parker Messick. Almost got it. All right, 1 hour in, 2 more big hours to go here on the Sam Bourquin Show. 330-821-1310 is your telephone number. We've got some Ohio North-South All-Star football tickets to give away a little bit later on this afternoon. Stay tuned for your chance to win there. We'll get back onto our fill-in-the-blank Friday. We're going to talk to new GlenOak basketball coach Ryan McGonagle. You want more? We got Cavs Raptors. We've got NFL Draft. It's all coming, 1310.
An Alliance tradition for over half a century. You can always count on WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. The ceasefire in Lebanon is in question right now after the Lebanese Ministry of Health reported one person was killed in an Israeli airstrike this afternoon. ABC's Marcus Moore is in Beirut and says it comes as many residents there had been trying to get back to their homes.
They are returning home not knowing if their homes are still standing because the number of villages were completely destroyed. And so they are really going into the unknown and hoping that this current 10-day ceasefire will hold.
Meanwhile, the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran appears to be holding. This morning, President Trump and Iran's foreign minister announced they're reopening the Strait of Hormuz, which has had a positive impact on oil prices already. After authorities discovered the body of missing teen Celeste Rivas in the trunk of a Tesla last year, now they've taken the owner of that SUV, singer David, into custody. Sources say the L.A. medical examiner found the death to be a homicide. This is ABC News.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FAME25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FAME25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FAME25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Clint Marshall on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:02. A Canton man has pleaded not guilty in connection with the death of a 71-year-old woman. 66-year-old Randall Talmadge was arraigned today in Stark County Common Pleas Court on charges of involuntary manslaughter and failing to provide for a functionally impaired person. Investigators say Lola Streetman was found dead in May 2021, with medics reporting possible signs of neglect. Two co-defendants, Sierra Talmadge and Phyllis Green of Canton, have also pleaded not guilty. All three are scheduled to return to court for a pretrial hearing May 20th. A Canton woman found dead Tuesday afternoon is being remembered as a devoted and loving family member. 46-year-old Sharice Otis was discovered near Nimishilling Creek along 3rd Street Southeast. Police say her body was found wrapped in blankets and bound. Her family says she was dedicated to caring for loved ones and shared a close bond with her twin sister. Police continue to investigate her death. A memorial is planned for today. A Canton woman is scheduled for arraignment Monday after being charged with OVI and child endangering. The Highway Patrol says 38-year-old Christine Lewis was pulled over just before 5 Thursday afternoon near Cleveland Avenue and 16th Street Northwest in the city. She allegedly had a blood alcohol of 0.216, more than twice the legal limit. Troopers say 4 children were in the vehicle, ranging in age from 2 to 9. Lewis is being held in lieu of bond at the Stark County Jail. An Alliance man is facing OVI-related charges following a Monday night crash in the city. It happened around 9:15 in the 400 block of East State Street. Police say 62-year-old Dwayne Knott was operating an electric wheelchair when he was struck by a car while crossing the road. He allegedly showed signs of intoxication after the crash and was taken to Altman Hospital for treatment. Knott was later released on his own recognizance and is scheduled to appear in Alliance Municipal Court today. A woman is in custody in connection with a theft case involving an elderly Canton man. 35-year-old Erica Wenzel of Plain Township was arrested Thursday, while co-defendant 43-year-old Jason McBroom of Mogador was apprehended last month. A Stark County grand jury indicted the pair in February, accusing them of stealing between $1,000 and $7,500 from the victim between November 2025 and January. Wenzel is also charged with grand theft and unauthorized use of a vehicle, involving allegations she used the man's credit card and car without permission. Wenzel is scheduled for arraignment today in Common Pleas Court. A Canton man is scheduled for arraignment today following gunfire in the city. 21-year-old Case West was arrested Thursday after he allegedly opened fire on a roadway. Police also say he was found with a loaded gun in a vehicle. West was wanted on multiple warrants. He faces charges of discharge of a firearm, improper handling of firearms, and having weapons while under disability. Governor Mike DeWine has announced more than $3.4 million in funding to help reduce violent crime across the state. The money will be distributed to 44 law enforcement agencies in 28 counties through the Violent Crime Reduction Grant Program. The Stark County Sheriff's Office will receive more than $135,000 and Canton Police about $44,000. The Mahoning County Sheriff's Office will get roughly $297,000. The Portage County Sheriff's Office nearly $100,000, and the Tuscarawas County Sheriff's Office just over $9,000. Officials say the funding will support investigations, targeted patrols, and new technology to help fight violent crime. An Alliance police officer battling leukemia will be honored at a fundraiser tomorrow. The event for 22-year veteran officer Shannon McCalla will be held at Courtney's Banquet Center. Proceeds will help cover medical expenses while he undergoes chemotherapy and is unable to work. Tickets are $15 and will include dinner, raffles, and a silent auction. A drug delivery through the mail has led to federal charges for a Windham man. The Portage County Sheriff's Office says 37-year-old Grant Wilcox was arrested last month after investigators intercepted a package containing about 140 grams of pressed methamphetamine. The operation involved the Portage County Sheriff's Office, U.S. Postal Inspectors, and the DEA. Wilcox is also facing separate federal charges, including bank, wire, and postal fraud, and evidence was seized from his home during a search warrant. About 20 homes were evacuated Thursday afternoon in Sebring after a contractor hit a gas line while installing fiber optic cable. Officials say 2 gas leaks formed in the area between Pennsylvania and Oregon Avenues and 13th and 14th Streets. Emergency officials also feared approaching thunderstorms could trigger an explosion. No injuries were reported, but storms also caused a temporary power outage across the village. The Salem School District is searching for a new superintendent following the recent death of Sean Kirkland. The Board of Education posted the position Thursday, with applications available on the district website. Interviews are expected to begin in May, and officials hope to hire a new superintendent by June 1st. Jamie Kimatz is currently serving as interim superintendent. A Columbiana County judge has upheld the dismissal of a lawsuit involving the Penn, Ohio landfill in Negley. Common Pleas Judge Megan Bickerton denied a motion to reconsider, sticking with her prior ruling that the case failed to state a valid legal claim. The suit was filed by Dennis Wallace of East Palestine, who alleged fraud and damage to a historic mound site. The judge ruled the complaint lacked specific facts and legal support. A Youngstown man has been sentenced to prison after pleading guilty to rape charges. 45-year-old Joseph Stevens was ordered to serve 6 to 9 years in prison Thursday in Mahoning County Common Pleas Court. Prosecutors say 2 other rape counts were dismissed as part of a plea deal. The case stems from a 2023 assault, and Stevens was also classified as a Tier 3 sex offender. It's 73 degrees in Alliance at 4:07. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Meteorologist Mark Johnson has the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
A lot of sunshine coming our way for your afternoon. It's Friday, by the way. You're staying dry, you're warm, you get outside and have fun. 76 degrees for the high. Overnight, partly cloudy sky, still dry. Our low 59. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM1310 WDPN.
You don't have to run fast when you hit him like that. Go ball! Go! But this is when he has really excelled this year. Another base hit with a runner in scoring position. Rodriguez will throw to the plate. Rocchio the slide. Save. The pitch. Ground ball. Base hit. Well, that ends the mystery.
It certainly does.
A no-hitter through 8 for Parker Messick. Another incredible night for the left-hander.
He certainly did his job tonight.
Welcome back, everybody. AM 1310 WDPN, the Sam Bourquin Show. Parker Messick was fantastic last night. Just come up a little bit short of that no-hitter. And then they almost screwed around and lost the game last night. Holy smokes. What a roller coaster of emotions it was last night. At Progressive Field, or if you were listening on the radio like I was, or if you were watching the TV like a lot of you. I do have to get something off my chest. Last night, in the midst of the no-hitter, and this was right when the top of the 7th inning ended. And I was like, well, you know what? There's probably a few people out there that have no idea what's going on. And I think I don't know. I guess I feel it's kind of like a little bit of my responsibility to let you know what's going on. If you don't know something big is happening or something big could happen, I want to let you know so you can go turn it on and watch or listen and be a part of it with all of us. And then I'm like, well, you know what? I might be that guy. I might be the jinx. I don't want to do that. No-hitters are hard to come by. And then I'm like, you know what? No, people need to know. People need to know. So I go to my Facebook page last night, and this is what I put on it. If I can, eventually pull it up on my phone, which it's not doing. Jesus. All right, I'll just paraphrase. What I put up last night was, if you're a Cleveland baseball fan, you might want to turn on your radio or TV right now. Period. That's all I'm going to say. I didn't say the name Parker Messick. I didn't say the words no-hitter. I didn't say anything of the like. All I said was, if you're a Cleveland baseball fan, you might want to get to the TV right now. You might want to turn your radio on. And by the looks of things, I think a lot of people maybe saw that message or heard it from somebody else, and they went and turned their TV and radio and said, whoa, this is what's going on. Okay, very good. You know what? Most of the comments I got last night, jinx, you screwed it up. Don't jinx him. You ruined it. Somebody put up 4 black cats on my page. Way to go, Sam. Nice job. Well, so much for that, black cat. You jinxed it. Why did you say something? It's all. Come on. I never said Parker Messick's name, and I never said no hitter. I never said history in the making. I never even said anything like that. And boy, did I get crushed on social media last night. Now, a lot of people said, hey, thanks for letting me know. We didn't know. We turned the game on. Tough luck. But I just got railroaded last night. And I never said the words no hitter. Before I posted, I said, I don't want to be the jinx guy. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm not going to say that. I didn't even infer anything. I just said you might want to turn the game on. That's all I said. And man, so apparently a lot of you still believe in that jinx. Is that true?
Oh, I'm very superstitious.
Are you? Okay.
But it's funny, though, because I remember seeing your post. I don't remember the exact wording either, but I know it was vague enough to make me wonder what you were talking about. And I was like, maybe I should try to figure out what it is. And then I kind of forgot. But
boy, that post must have really got to you.
It did. It was vague enough to make me think for a second.
So here's what it finally came up on my screen. It says, if you are a Cleveland baseball fan, comma, you might want to turn your TV or radio on. ... I'm not saying anything else. Send. And I just got crushed. And I knew it. As soon as the base hit happened, all the comments were rolling in. First it was, oh, thanks, man. I didn't know. Oh, awesome. Good job. You idiot. You jinx. You black cat. It was like the opening of the sea last night. Look, I had nothing to do with it. But apparently that's still a thing. Now I'm a little superstitious too, with in regards to certain things, and certain things that I used to be, I'm not anymore. Like I don't believe that stuff about don't walk under a ladder, or if there's a black cat around, something bad's going to happen. I don't believe in any of that mishmash.
Yeah, I've gotten over most of that.
But other little silly things, like routine-wise, if I'm in a certain seat or a certain chair and something's going on at home, I won't move. I'll stay there. Or if I do get up, I'll go back to the very same spot. This is really weird. I won't turn the volume up. Usually in a big moment, like you want to really feel the roar of the crowd and the announcer and all the background stuff. And in the past, when there's a big moment coming up, if somebody's going to get ready to throw a no-hitter, or I think somebody's going to hit a three-pointer to win a game, or a walk-off field goal or something like that, I'll crank the volume up so it gives me that feeling of, of being there. And I think like 75% of the time when I've done that, the big exciting play or the big exciting event that I was hoping was going to happen never happened. So now I just leave the volume where it's at, and we just kind of go from there. But other than that, I really don't have any other superstitions. I don't believe in the jinxes anymore. I don't, like you would think a Cleveland Browns fan, I would believe in every jinx and every curse that there is. But I just don't believe in that stuff anymore.
I think the thing that really stuck with me for some reason is the spilling the salt one. If I spill the salt to this day, I'll still toss some over my right shoulder.
Really?
I have no idea why. It's like programmed into my brain. I get really panicky.
I had forgotten about that.
I get real panicky when I spill some salt.
I had forgotten about that. I just don't. I don't have those superstitions anymore. I don't know why. Maybe I just got old, but I used to kind of adhere to those. Like if something good was happening, I wouldn't change the channel. I would never say anything about it. But the funny thing is, last night, if you listen to the game on the radio, Hammy was talking about it in the 6th inning. He was full bore saying, Parker Messick, 12 outs away from a no-hitter. Parker Messick, 9 outs away from a no-hitter. Huh? We go to the 8th. Parker Messick is closing in on history. Huh? He wasn't bashful about it at all. He just put it out there. And I think at this point you kind of have to do that, because you as an informer of news or sports or play-by-play or something that's going on the radio where it's an audio, there's no visual there. You have to repeatedly paint that picture and tell people what's going on. TV might be a little different because the picture is kind of showing you everything. Obviously, you can see the graphics on the television or your computer or however you're watching the game. Like, you can see the box score. Oh, nobody's got a hit yet. Oh, no hits, no errors, no runs. 8th inning. Oh, I better pay attention. Radio, you have to constantly communicate and be the information provider. And I think with a perfect game or a no-hitter, I think you have to do that. But boy, don't blame me for what happened last night. I was just trying to help everybody who didn't know what was going on. And you know what? Look, here, it's April. It's a weeknight. The game started at 6:10. How many of you didn't even know what was going on last night with the no-hit bid? It's just a random night. It's a random game at 162. I bet a lot of you didn't even know what was going on last night until word spread. And then you turned the TV on. Then you turned the radio on. Or at least you checked your phone or something to see what all the hype was about. And yeah, Parker Messick was closing in on a possible no-hitter.
Really quick, we got a text from Buck on the text line that I would almost consider to be breaking news. He says gas at the BP on 62 in Middle Branch is currently $2.63.
Oh, come on.
It's either breaking news or a flat-out lie.
Where's this at now?
The BP on 62 and Middle Branch.
Oh, my God. I go by that to come to work. 263 again. Okay, has anybody else heard this? Because if this is true, I'm leaving the show right now to go get gas. If it's 263 a gallon, Rainsburg, you're on your own.
He said that at 1:53 p.m. today, so that could have already changed, but that's crazy if true, Buck.
263 a gallon? Does anybody else know of this?
I caught it for 360 something a gallon the other day and felt lucky. 260 is insane.
Yeah. Well, hell, it should be $1.50.
Well, yeah. Well,
And those pigs are still making billions of dollars. Anybody else know about the BP on 62 in Middle Branch? Is it $2.63 a gallon? Let us know.
I'm going to try to look it up.
Call, text, message, whatever you do. I would love to know, because I'll definitely hit that on the way home tonight, for sure. I just went and got gas last night too. I went to Costco. I paid $2.50. No, not $2. I paid $3.59 last night, and I put $45 in, and I didn't even get to 3/4 of a tank. So if that's true that it's 263, I'm there.
Okay, so
what are you seeing?
Unless they changed it within the last 2 hours, which is entirely possible because 263 is borderline insanity. I'm seeing on GasBuddy.com it is 359 there right now, which still not bad actually.
Buck.
I'm not going to knock Buck on that. He sent that at 1:53. I saw it a little late. It's already 4:23. They could have easily changed that in 2 hours.
So why would they have changed it to that to begin with?
I know.
Why would I think even if they did, I don't know that they did. Now I'm starting to wonder if that was even.
That sounds like an employee playing a prank on people.
Yeah, that doesn't, or like it was like a 1 hour flash sale.
Yeah,
or something like
crazy happened down there at BP that we don't know about.
I mean, 263. I'm out of here. I'm going to car. I'm getting gas. I'll come back, but I'm leaving.
Kay on Facebook says, no way.
Nah.
we were doubting it with you, Kay. I had to double check it.
So I think that's a bunch of fools.
If anything, we are at best tardy to the party.
All right. We're going to take a break. During the break, I'll take a look. I'm gonna ask my wife. I think she's out driving around. I'm gonna see if she happened to go by there at some point today. 330-821-1310 is the telephone number. You can always text the show 330-924-7088, and you can join us right now. Just go to the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the chat open. You can watch the show. You can listen to the show, and you can get involved in the show. Lots more to come. Stay with us.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, wishes the best of luck to Stark County student athletes this fall, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com.
The proud, honorable men and women of our military are sacrificing their lives and their families for our freedom. Please take time to remember and pray for our men and women fighting overseas. This salute courtesy of Summit Testing and Inspection Company in Akron, where they're serving our area with excellence. For all of your testing and inspection needs, call 330-869-6606. That's 330-869-6606 for Summit Testing and Inspection Company. Reminding everyone that freedom isn't free. It's paid for by our military.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Freeze in full effect. You ready, Ron? I'm ready. You ready, Jill? I'm ready, Slick. Are you? Girl,
1310 WDPN. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. 330-821-1310 is your telephone number. Did a little investigative work during our little minute and a half break there. Nowhere did I see gas was at 263 at the BP on 62 at Middle Branch. So, Buck, strike one. Strike one for you. We got a couple minutes before we get to the bottom of the hour. Don't forget 429 coming up. Sammy's best bet of the day. We took it on the chin last night. That's our first loss this week. So we're jumping back in today. We'll see if we can get a winner for you tonight. We'll release that pick coming up here in about 2 minutes or so. I want to thank North Canton Hoover baseball coach Brian Ashby for joining us today. If you missed that interview, it'll be up in podcast a little bit later on tonight on all of our social media platforms. And you GlenOak basketball fans, Stark County fans, we've got your new boys basketball coach, Ryan McGonagle, coming on the show. Ryan will join us at 5:35 this afternoon here on AM 1310 WDPN. I'm trying to get some scores from the Mount Union Heidelberg baseball doubleheader today. Remember that there was supposed to be a doubleheader tomorrow, but they wanted to get ahead of the rain and the storms, so they scheduled the doubleheader today. at 1 o'clock over at Rayfeld Rogers Field. And, of course, we're dialed into the Purple Raiders here. They are number 10 in the country in college baseball, and I'm trying to follow along and see what's going on. And let's see. Softball team won today. What did the baseball team do? What did they do? I don't see it. We have to go back and take a look. But hope Coach Hesse and the Raiders hope they get a sweep today against the Berg. All right, time for Sammy's Best Bet. We do it at 4:29 Monday through Friday here on the show, AM 1310 WDPN. As mentioned before the break, we kind of took it on the chin last night. We took the over, I think, what was it, the Astros and Rockies last night, and didn't get there. So tonight we're going to go to the NBA. And it's a play-in game between the Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors. Is Steph Curry going to go off again tonight? Are the Warriors going to squeeze their way into the NBA postseason? Both these teams now they can really score. Now that Steph Curry's back, they can put the ball in the basket. Devin Booker can put the ball in the basket. You see a lot of these NBA games where the totals, where they think it's going to go high, they're at 227.5, 228, a couple in the low 230s. This one they've got at 219.5. And I think because, A, the game's going to be close. B, I think you will see some really, really tight defense down the stretch. I think you're going to see some fouls called. I think guys are going to go to the free throw line with the clock stopped. And I think that's going to be enough to get this thing to go over the total of 219.5. So Sammy's best bet tonight, Golden State Warriors and the Phoenix Suns, we're going to go over 219.5. Over 219.5, Phoenix and Golden State, Sammy's best bet tonight. By the way, that game is at 10 p.m. and out on the West Coast. So we'll see how that one goes. But that's where we're going to go today. Over 219.5 with the Suns and the Warriors. Good luck, everybody. News and weather coming up next.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:30. President Trump and Iran's foreign minister say the Strait of Hormuz is now fully open to commercial vessels. In a social media post today, Trump said Iran announced that the strait is open and ready for full passage. Minutes earlier, Iran's foreign minister posted on X that the passage for all commercial vessels through the strait is, in his words, completely open, in line with the ceasefire in Lebanon. He said it would stay open for the remaining period of the ceasefire. President Trump says the U.S. will maintain its blockade in the strait, which affects ships utilizing Iranian ports. On word that the strait had reopened, oil prices fell by more than 10%. President Trump now says there could be a second round of peace talks between the U.S. and Iran as soon as this weekend, that with just 5 days left in his 2-week ceasefire. More from ABC News senior political correspondent Rachel Scott.
At the White House, the president also facing questions about his ongoing attacks on Pope Leo.
Lewis, I'm not fighting with him. The Pope made a statement. He says Iran can have a nuclear weapon. I say Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
The Pope never said that. He criticized the president for threatening to destroy an entire civilization in Iran and has preached a message of peace.
U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Acting Director Todd Lyons, a key executor of President Trump's mass deportations agenda, will resign at the end of May. Homeland Security Secretary Markwayne Mullin described Lyons as a great leader of ICE. He also wished Lyons luck on his next opportunity in the private sector. White House spokeswoman Abigail Jackson described him in a post on X as an American patriot who made our country safer. DHS did not immediately respond to an email from the Associated Press asking why he is resigning. Remains of 3 members of a family who went missing in Oregon more than 60 years ago have now been found and identified thanks to a diver who refused to give up. Kenneth and Barbara Martin and their 3 daughters, 14-year-old Barbie, 13-year-old Virginia, and 11-year-old Susan, vanished in December 1958 in the Columbia River Gorge while looking for Christmas greenery. A couple of months later, the bodies of Virginia and Susan were found, but it wasn't until 2024 that diver Archer Mayo found found the family car after 7 years of searching. Last year, he went back into the water to look for the remains of the rest of the family and tells ABC affiliate KATU he found them after digging 10 feet under the riverbed, 50 feet below the river surface.
Honestly, that's the best news for me, was that, yes, we have all of them accounted for.
Mayo says he was able to find the spot by theorizing how the river might have moved the car and bodies. He suspects the vehicle may have rolled into the river from an unprotected parking area. It's 73 degrees and Alliance at 432. This is WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Now, the Alliance Area Weather Forecast from Mark Johnson on AM 1310 WDPN.
What a great day to get outside, maybe do some yard work, mow that grass. 76 degrees, staying dry all day. A lot of sunshine through the afternoon hours. Overnight, partly cloudy skies with a low of about 59. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
Welcome back to the show, 1310 WDPN, 34 minutes, almost 35 minutes past 4 o'clock. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for jumping in here with us. Thanks for hanging out. 1310 WDPN on the X, 1310 on Facebook page, and, of course, the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. You can also listen and watch the show on the Q92 Sports Facebook page, the Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook. Got it all over the place. Don't miss it. Yeah, hang out. Have some fun.
I was talking to Christian and Jake today about some of the new features on StreamYard, and I was like, yeah, it's really cool. You can interact with the show 4 different ways. You can call us at 330-821-1310. You can text us at 330-924-7088. Actually, there's like 7 ways, because you can comment on YouTube, Facebook, and X. But also, if you want, I always keep the link in the chat or in the description if you want to join the show directly and talk to Sam face to face.
There you go.
It's as interactive as it could possibly be, ladies and gentlemen.
Almost to the point of, that's
redundantly interactive.
I think that's enough. I think that's enough.
We got it covered.
No kidding. Let's see here. Guards and Orioles tonight, 6:10 up at the stadium. Slade Ciccone going to get the ball tonight. Think he'll throw a no-hitter? No. Probably not. Let me see what else. I'm still trying to track down a Mount Union baseball score. Starting to get worried here a little bit. Why am I not finding this? I know they started. I know they played. 1 o'clock doubleheader. Now, the softball team did the same thing. They were supposed to play a doubleheader tomorrow, so they moved theirs up to today. They won their first game 4-3. Purple Raiders softball team, by the way, they're ranked number 17 in the country. And I know softball games go a lot faster than baseball. So, don't see anything. I'll keep checking. Maybe I'll shoot Nate a text here when I get a minute. See what's going on over there. If they would get a sweep today, Mount would be 26-6 on the year, which is really, really good. Really good. All right. To the NBA. Oh, no, not quite yet. Not quite yet. I do want to play this quick interview with Stephen Vogt from last night as he talked to the media after Parker Messick's near no-hitter in that 4-2 Guardians win over the Orioles at Progressive Field. It was this interview it's very quick, but it's kind of cool the way he answers one of the questions. I think it's almost near the end. He's like, you know what? I'm paid to manage, and I'm paid to make moves and be entrenched. He says, but he said something on the lines of, you know what? When somebody's doing something like that, you just sit back and you enjoy. And you root for your guy to get that no-hitter. It was kind of cool. Here's Stephen Vogt last night, post-game Orioles and the Guardians, courtesy of MLB TV.
Yeah, he pushes the tempo. He dictates how quick that game's going to go. Attacks the strike zone, works quick. We talk about it, feel like every 5 days. And that was very special what we got to watch tonight. That's a unbelievably talented lineup, that he took a no-hitter into the ninth against, and just continue to attack, continue to give them different looks throughout the whole game. He and Hedgie were, magnificent with their sequencing. Never the same sequence once, never really doubled up a ton. Just that arsenal and the way they that was a beautiful, beautiful game. Yeah, I know I have to manage the game, and I do, but I love watching our guys work. I love watching baseball, but a game like that tonight, when the pitch count's low and you have a little bit of a cushion, you get to sit back and watch it. The game will tell you when you need to lock it back in, but that was a lot of fun to watch. He just keeps working, and I think Parker's tenacious. He dedicated to his craft. He wants to get better every time out. I'm sure he's going to come in tomorrow and nitpick every single pitch that he threw tonight with Carl and the pitching team, because that's who he is. So Carl and I were talking the last few innings, and it's early in the year. Parker doesn't have a ton of big league innings under his belt. It's a very uncomfortable, because you want to give the kid every opportunity he can. But at the same time, you have to think about a 6-month season. You have to think about, Parker doesn't get an extra day before his next start. And all of those considerations go into it. But I would have much rather had to have had a few more hitters to make a tough decision, because I really thought he was going to do it tonight.
There is Stephen Vogt, the skipper of the Cleveland Guardians, talking a little bit with the media last night after the near no-hitter by the crafty left-hander Parker Messick. All right, I got my pitchers messed up for tonight. It is not Slade Ciccone. It's Tanner Bybee on the mound tonight for the Guards. Chris Bassett is going to go for the Orioles. 6:10 first pitch, Progressive Field tonight, Cleveland and Baltimore. Bassett and Bybee. Tanner Bybee, by the way, 0-2 and a 6.38 earned run average. For the Orioles, Chris Bassett, 0-2 and a 9.00 earned run average. Why does Vegas have the total at 7.5? These two pitchers combined are giving up 15 runs per 9 innings. The total is 7.5. Something stinks. Something stinks. So that's why we're staying clear of that thing. Forget it. By the way, Chris Bassett, you know where he went to college? University of Akron. Made his way to the big leagues. Had a pretty good career. I know he pitched with the Pirates. He's now with the Orioles. I forget who Bassett. He's pitched for more than 2 teams, but he's had. I think maybe he pitched with the A's. I think it's with the A's. He's had a decent Major League Baseball career. But that's the pitching matchup tonight. Bybee and Bassett, Progressive Field, first pitch, 6:10. And the Guards picking up that win last night. Win today, at least you share the series if you drop the last 2. Now, I don't know if they're going to get their game in tomorrow. Could be looking at a Sunday doubleheader. We'll see. We'll worry about that tomorrow. But baseball tonight, 6:10 in downtown Cleveland. Game going on right now. Lots of runs again here. Top of the 8th inning at Wrigley. The wind must be blowing out. Cubs lead the Mets by the score of 10-4. They are now going to the bottom of the 8th inning. I believe that's the only afternoon game. Yes, everything else is later on tonight. Some games to kind of keep our eyes on. Rays and the Pirates in Pittsburgh tonight, 6:45. Yankees Royals tonight in New York. Red Sox Tigers in Boston, 7:15. Let's see here. Boy, Dodgers and Rockies play tonight. LA is minus 300 on the money line. Got to put up 300 to win 100 tonight. That total's 9.5. Probably go way over. That's probably what we should have used on the best bet, but I didn't want to do that. Padres Angels, good series in LA tonight. San Diego's off to a great start. Rangers Mariners tonight in Seattle. NBA tonight, Hornets Magic, 7:30, play-in. Winner goes to the postseason. 10 o'clock tonight, Warriors Suns. Winner goes to the postseason. So we got some good NBA tonight. We got the guards on tonight. A lot of good sports on tonight. So after you get done, I'm going to, little change of plans for me tonight. I'm going to try to get home in time to mow the yard before it gets dark.
Yeah, that's a good call.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I looked at the sundown, and I got a question, Rainsburg. Maybe you can help me out here.
Yeah.
Sundown tonight, they say, is 8:07.
Okay.
So does that mean that I will actually have sunlight until about 8:25 or 8:30, or is it just going to be dark at 10 after 8?
I think sundown being 8:07 means dusk probably kicks in about 8, and that's how I've always interpreted it. But I've honestly never really thought about it.
See,
paid enough attention to see.
I'm making you think.
Yeah, no, I've never thought.
Because I should know this, being on Earth as long as I have. But when it comes to I don't want to be mowing the final 10 strips of grass in the dark. Because that, you get up the next morning and say, oh, was that guy drunk last night? No, it was dark.
I've been up for sunrise before and paid attention to that. And I feel like the way I've said it is the correct way to read it. But that's just a feeling.
So you're saying by 8:10,
it's going to be dark.
It's going to be dark.
Yeah. The sun will have set by 8:07 completely.
So it actually starts to see. I always thought if it said sunset or sundown at 8:03, that's when it starts to go down. And then I thought, okay, well, then I can buy another 15 or 20 minutes.
I think.
And then by 8:30, okay, I should be done by 8:30.
I think by literally using the word sunset, it means that the sun will be set at 8:07.
So it's not the act of setting.
No.
It will be set.
Yeah, I think that's how I've always read it.
You know what? Well, I think
yeah, we got Stephanie in here.
Steph, come in here. Okay. I want to know if I'm going to get home in time tonight to mow my yard. Okay. Sunset is 8:03 p.m. Does that mean by 8:05 it's going to be dark? Or do I have another 15 or 20 minutes of sunlight until 8:30 where I can finish up? Say that again. Come on here and say that.
I think you will have time to finish and get it done.
So she says I'm going to have enough sunlight until about 8:30. Rainsburg says it's going to be pitch black by 10 after 8. That's what he said.
That's what I think.
Well, I watched the sunrise.
Okay, so you watch the sunrise, and it's a process, right? So just because sunrise is at say 5:50 a.m. doesn't mean it's high in the sky by 5:50 a.m.
No,
it's a process.
I have to get up at 5:30.
Okay.
If I actually want to watch it from dark to light, I gotta get up earlier than what it said.
I'm leaning towards Steph here. I think I'm going to have enough sunlight to get it done.
I think I'm going to get to do a victory lap on Monday.
I think maybe. What do you think out there? 330-821-1310 or drop your comments on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel.
Somebody explain to us what sunset actually means. I'll go Google it.
Is it the action of the sun actually setting, or does sunset mean the sun has set? That's very confusing if you think about it. I know I'm going back hundreds and thousands of years ago, but think about it. When somebody says, hey, sundown is at such and such a time.
I mean, there's a simple way to figure this out. I'll just look up the dictionary definition of sunset, and we'll see what it says.
Okay. I will do that. But anyway, the plan is tonight for me to get home and mow. And that usually takes me about an hour and 35 to an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay. So
what do we got, Rangebird?
I'm looking at a graph here
graph.
on and it says that sunrise is at 6:42 a.m. and it marks that 6:42 a.m. right when the sun is risen, and then 8:05 is sunset on here, and it shows 8:05 right at the moment where the sun crosses the horizon. So according to this graph, 8:05 is when the sun will have completely set.
Oh, crap. So now
it says, yeah. Oh, wait. It says twilight at 8:34 p.m.
Oh, see?
What?
See?
So why does the graph read like this?
See, that's why I don't pay attention to
I
graphs.
need to put a picture of this graph up because this graph is dumb. I blame the graph.
So twilight, I can still see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good then.
So why does it say sunrise at 6:42 and 6:42? Why are you changing? Why are there multiple numbers for sun down but not multiple numbers for sun up?
See? And people thought I was crazy for proposing such a crazy question.
You know what? No, I think the weather is stupid. Like, this graph is dumb.
So there's twilight, so I will have time.
According to this, maybe, yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to be the plan then.
All I can say is I feel more confused now.
If I can get out of here tonight at 6:15, which if I can get out of here at 6:15, it will take me a half hour to get home, change, go out to the garage, put gas in the mower, and fire it up.
See,
I can get done if I've got light until 8:30.
Scooter is thinking with portals. He says, Sam, just tape a spotlight on your mower.
Yeah. You know how blind I am, Scooter? I need 5 sets of headlights from a truck so I can see. Come on, you gotta know who you're dealing with here.
What are you worried about? What do you need to see for?
Gotta keep the line straight.
Nah.
Oh yeah.
As long as it's the right length.
No, it's gotta look good. Because you know how the neighbors are.
No.
It's a contest. Who's got the grass the neatest, the tidiest, and who's got the straight lines?
The only contest I would win against my neighbors is caring the least about things between the houses.
It's a pride thing. That's fine. It's a guy thing. We just want our yards to look nice.
No, I don't have a yard to mow, so.
All right, so I'm feeling better now. I'm thinking by 8:30 I should be all done. But then the Guardians game will be over. I won't have been able to watch one pitch because they're starting. You know what? This 6:10 thing is starting to get on my nerves a little bit. I get it during the week, because if you want to take the family, the kids are in school, and you want to get them home in a decent hour. But on a Friday night, do we really need to start these games at 6:10? I'm just throwing this out there. Guardians, do we really need to play at 6:10? I mean, 6:40 even. 7:05. 6:10 on a Friday? Not digging that. So I'm probably not going to get to watch hardly any of the game tonight.
George on Facebook's on my side. He says sunset is when the sun's upper edge disappears below the Earth's horizon with an exclamation point.
But even though that's happening, it still could be shooting off light.
It could have a little bit of light.
And that's where the twilight comes into play.
But what's twilight? Is that when it's the darkest it could possibly be?
No, twilight is like 50 light, 50 dark. Right? Isn't that twilight?
Well, now I got to look up what twilight means because apparently.
What does dusk mean?
Well, I know dusk is when the sun's like still above the horizon a little bit and you can get a little bit of light.
But why do they say we're going to be shooting fireworks off at dusk? That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense. Twilight definition.
Yeah,
the
twilight is
soft glowing light from the sky when the sun is below the horizon caused by the refraction and scattering of the sun's rays from the atmosphere.
Yeah, so there's still some light going on there.
So what we have fundamentally figured out is that sunset means the sun has crossed the horizon, but that does not mean that it is completely dark outside.
Exactly. And that's what I was trying to figure out 20 minutes ago. And now I know that I'll have plenty of light. Of course, the simple way of all this is would be just mow tomorrow. But
Tomorrow's
it's supposed
not going to be as
rain.
nice.
It's supposed to rain. That's why I want to do it tonight. 7 minutes till the top of the hour. It's the Sam Bourquin Show. AM 1310 WDPN. Check us out on all of our social media platforms. And don't forget our phone lines ready to roll at 330-821-1310. We'll be right back.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Music and intelligence for your life.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
I'm John Tesh, and we couldn't be happier about bringing you intelligence for your life every day. We have a room full of researchers gathering the information and ideas you need to make your life simpler and better, and to make you the smartest person in the room. Join me for Music and Intelligence for Your Life, 10 to 3, Monday through Saturday, only on AM 1310 WDPN.
You heard it on the John Tesh Radio Show.
America, our military is sacrificing for our freedom. Please take time to remember our men and women fighting overseas. This salute is courtesy of Wisman's Apex Tree Service in New Franklin, where they specialize in residential and commercial tree removals, proper pruning, and tree maintenance. Call 330-807-8398. That's 330-807-8398. Like them on Facebook and visit them online at apextreeohio.com. Wisman's Apex Tree Service, on the air, saluting our troops.
One of the great movies. One of the great soundtracks of all time right there. The Bee Gees. Saturday Night Fever. How many hits were on that album? Holy cow. My parents used to shove that 8-track in the 8-track player. Oh, we'd drive around when I was little. Saturday Night Fever. What a great album. Slow songs, fast songs in between. Good stuff. Welcome back to the show, 1310 WDPN. We've got about 4 minutes until we get you to the top of the hour. All the latest news and the weather coming your way. Just reached out to Nate over at Mount Union to try to get us some updates on the Mount Baseball doubleheader today against Heidelberg, see if he'll get back to us maybe here before we come back on at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Don't forget, we're going to talk some GlenOak Golden Eagle basketball with the new head coach, Ryan McGonagle. He'll be joining us at 5:35 today here on the show. A couple of news items here before we get you to the top of the hour. San Diego Padres are on the verge of being sold for a record price of $3.9 billion to Jose E. Feliciano, co-owner of the Chelsea Football Club, and his wife, Kwanzaa Jones. The source confirmed to ESPN. Man, have the Padres, their value has just skyrocketed the last 5 or 7 years. The sale price easily tops the previous record of $2.4 billion for a Major League franchise set by Steve Cohen when he purchased the Mets back in 2020. Before being finalized, the sale must be approved by 75% of MLB owners, and the next owners' meeting is scheduled for June. Who would have thought the San Diego Padres They're going to go for almost $4 billion. What a franchise, though. They have really turned things around there. Spending a lot of... Now, I know they haven't won a World Series. I know. But I will tell you this. They are fighting tooth and nail every year now with the LA Dodgers. They sell out every single game at Petco Park. That place is a zoo. It's an absolute zoo during a baseball game. I mean, those fans are into it. Every game is like a playoff game. And we know during the baseball season, 162, 81 games at home, it can't always be like that. It is always like that in San Diego. And they got some big-time names. They got some big-time talent. They've got a beautiful ballpark. They probably have the best weather in all of Major League Baseball. And they got it going on. And I think they're going to, look, if the Dodgers weren't in their way, I think they've already would have been to a couple of World Series and maybe won one. But you got Fernando Tatis Jr., you got Manny Machado, you've got some great arms, you got the best closer in the game today. I mean, I need to go to Petco Park. I don't know when I'm going to chance to go. But that's one of the ballparks in the very, very near future that I want to get to. But they're on the block, and it looks like they're going to be sold for about $4 billion. News and weather coming up next. One more big hour to go here on the Fill in the Blank Friday edition of the Sam Bourquin Show. Hang out with us, everybody. 1310 WDPN.
Keeping Alliance entertained and informed for over a half a century. AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. The average price for a barrel of oil dropped sharply today on news the Strait of Hormuz along Iran's southern border is reopening. However, the president says a U.S. naval blockade on Iranian ports will remain in effect for at least a few more days. Admiral Brad Cooper is the head of U.S. Central Command.
That allows us to execute to the high degree that we've been able to do. We're able to sustain this as long as necessary.
So far, only a handful of ships have passed through the strait, and several have had to make U-turns in these early hours. The U.S. and Iran are expected to meet for peace talks in the next few days. The White House now says President Trump will sign the 10-day FISA extension passed by the Senate this morning. The president previously called on Congress to pass a clean 18-month extension of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, arguing that it was critical to national security and the prosecution of the war with Iran. This is ABC News.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FAME25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FAME25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FAME25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Jeff Mears on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:02. A man appeared in court today in connection with the May 2021 death of a Canton woman. 66-year-old Randall Talmadge of Canton was arraigned in Stark County Common Pleas Court and pleaded not guilty to charges of involuntary manslaughter and failing to provide for a functionally impaired person. Investigators say 71-year-old Lola Streetman was found dead in May 2021 with possible signs of neglect. Two co-defendants, Sierra Talmadge and Phyllis Green of Canton, have also pleaded not guilty, and all three are slated to return to court for a pretrial hearing May 20th. Canton police continue to investigate the death of a woman found near Nimishillen Creek. 46-year-old Charisse Otis of Canton was discovered Tuesday afternoon near 3rd Street Southeast, wrapped in blankets and bound. A memorial is planned for today. Her family is remembering her as a devoted and loving person who cared deeply for her relatives and shared a close bond with her twin sister. A woman is behind bars on multiple charges after a traffic stop in Canton Thursday afternoon. Just before 5, 38-year-old Christine Lewis of Canton was pulled over near Cleveland Avenue and 16th Street Northwest. The Highway Patrol alleges she had a blood alcohol level of .216, more than twice the legal limit, while driving with 4 children in the car, ranging in age from 2 to 9. Lewis is being held in lieu of bond at the Stark County Jail. She is charged with OVI and child endangering and is scheduled for arraignment Monday in Canton Municipal Court. OVI-related charges have been filed against a man following a Monday night crash in Alliance. 62-year-old Dwayne Knott of Alliance was operating an electric wheelchair in the 400 block of East State Street around 9:15. Police say that's when he was struck by a car while crossing the road. Knott allegedly showed signs of intoxication, was taken to Altman Hospital for treatment, and was later released on his own recognizance. He is scheduled to appear in Alliance Municipal Court today. A Plain Township woman charged in a theft case involving an elderly man is scheduled for arraignment today following her arrest. 35-year-old Erica Wenzel was taken into custody Thursday. A Stark County grand jury indicted her and 43-year-old Jason McBroom of Mogador in February. He was arrested last month. The pair is accused of stealing between $1,000 and $7,500 from the Canton man between November 2025 and January. Wenzel is also charged with grand theft and unauthorized use of a vehicle. She allegedly used the victim's credit card and a car without permission. McBroom has pleaded not guilty and is awaiting a pretrial hearing Tuesday. A man is facing several firearm-related charges following an incident in Canton. 21-year-old Case West of Canton was arrested Thursday after police say he was found with a loaded gun in a vehicle. He's also accused of opening fire on a roadway. West faces charges of discharge of a firearm, improper handling of firearms, and having weapons while under disability. He was wanted on multiple warrants. Local law enforcement agencies are receiving new state funding to help fight violent crime. Governor Mike DeWine announced more than $3.4 million will go to 44 agencies in 28 counties through the Violent Crime Reduction Grant Program. The Stark County Sheriff's Office will get more than $135,000 and Canton Police about $44,000. Elsewhere, the Mahoning County Sheriff's Office will receive about $297,000. The Portage County Sheriff's Office nearly $100,000 and the Tuscarawas County Sheriff's Office just over $9,000. Officials say the money will support investigations, targeted patrols, and new crime-fighting technology. A fundraiser is being planned in Alliance to help a veteran police officer battling leukemia. The event for Shannon McCalla, a 22 member of the Alliance Police Department, is set for tomorrow at Courtney's Banquet Center. Proceeds will go toward his medical expenses while he undergoes chemotherapy and is unable to work. Tickets are $15 and will include dinner, raffles, and a silent auction. The Portage County Sheriff's Office says a man is facing federal charges after a drug package was intercepted in the mail last month. 37-year-old Grant Wilcox of Wyndham was taken into custody after authorities tracked a delivery containing about 140 grams of pressed methamphetamine. The operation involved the Sheriff's Office, U.S. Postal Inspectors, and the DEA. Wilcox is also facing separate federal charges of bank, wire, and postal fraud, and electronics were seized from his home during a search. No injuries were reported after a gas line was struck Thursday afternoon, forcing evacuations in Sebring. Officials say about 20 homes were cleared after a contractor installing fiber optic cable hit the line, causing a pair of gas leaks. The incident occurred between Pennsylvania and Oregon Avenues and 13th and 14th Streets. Authorities say approaching thunderstorms added concern about a possible explosion. The storms also caused a temporary power outage. Interviews are expected to begin in May as the Salem School District searches for a new superintendent. The Board of Education posted the position Thursday with a goal of making a hire by June 1st. The opening follows the recent passing of Superintendent Sean Kirkland. In the meantime, Jamie Kematz is serving as interim superintendent. The dismissal of a lawsuit involving the Penn, Ohio landfill in Nagley will stand after a Columbiana County judge rejected a request to reconsider. Common Pleas Judge Megan Bickerton ruled the case failed to state a valid legal claim, saying the complaint lacked specific facts and legal support. The suit was filed by Dennis Wallace of East Palestine, who alleged fraud and damage to a historic mound site. A woman is scheduled to be arraigned today after police say she registered a blood alcohol level more than 4 times the legal limit following 2 crashes in Youngstown. 43-year-old Natasha McRae of Youngstown was cited for OVI after the Wednesday afternoon incidents. Police say the accidents occurred at South and Williamson Avenues and later at Belmont and West Rayan Avenues. Reports say McRae later registered a blood alcohol content of .359. No injuries were reported after a vehicle crashed through a Mineral Ridge salon. Police say a Jeep went into Hair Harmony on South Main Street Wednesday afternoon after the driver accidentally hit the gas pedal while parking. The shop was occupied at the time. The building was evacuated as utilities were shut off and damage was assessed. A man has been sentenced to decades in prison after pleading guilty in a Trumbull County sex crimes case. 43-year-old Brian Christensen of Niles was sentenced to 20 to 25 years and designated a Tier 3 sex offender after admitting to 4 counts of rape and 4 counts of gross sexual imposition. Prosecutors say the case involves 3 victims who were under the age of 13. The plea was entered Thursday in common pleas court. 3 people are dead following a house fire early Thursday in western Pennsylvania. The Mercer County coroner has identified the victims as 48-year-old Melinda Abrams, 16-year-old Amelia Abrams, and 12-year-old Leroy Abrams. Firefighters were called around 4 a.m. to a home on Walnut Street in Sandy Township, where 5 people were inside at the time. The blaze is under investigation. Legislation in the Ohio Senate would force a state economic development agency to open its records and meetings to the public. Republican State Senator Sandra O'Brien, whose district includes Trumbull County, has introduced a bill targeting Jobs Ohio, which currently operates outside Ohio's public records and open meetings laws. The bill has been referred to the Senate Finance Committee. O'Brien says taxpayers should have greater access to how public money is spent on job creation. It's 73 degrees in Alliance at 5:09. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Here's Mark Johnson's forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
A lot of sunshine coming our way for your afternoon hours today. We're going to stay dry and warm. Great day to get outside. 76 degrees for the high. Overnight, call it partly cloudy, staying dry and mild, 59. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
You don't have to run fast when you hit him like that. Go ball! Go! But this is when he has really excelled this year. Another base hit with a runner in scoring position. Rodriguez will throw to the plate. Rocchio the slide. Save. The pitch. Ground ball. Base hit. Well, that ends the mystery.
It certainly does.
A no-hitter through 8 for Parker Messick. Another incredible night for the left-hander.
He certainly did his job tonight.
Nice job, Parker Messick. Almost got that no-hitter last night. What a great performance. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show, everybody. AM 1310 WDPN. Phone lines are open. Here's the digits. 330-821-1310. 330-821-1310. You can text the show anytime. 330-924-7088. You can watch and listen to the show. AM 1310 WDPN on Facebook, on X. You can watch and listen on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the chat room open again today. We got the Fill in the Blank Friday up there for you as well. If that's not enough, you can watch and listen to the show on the Q92 Sports Facebook page and the Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook. It's all out there just for you. We got one more big hour to go, so let's hang out here on this late Friday afternoon. A beautiful day, by the way. Can't promise that the weather's going to be this nice tomorrow or Sunday or Monday, so let's enjoy what we got here together up until 6 o'clock. Ryan McGonagle, the new coach, the new head basketball coach for GlenOak. He'll be joining us at 5:35 today. Don't miss that. Want to thank head baseball coach of Hoover Vikings, Brian Ashby, for joining us earlier in the show. If you missed that interview, it'll be up a little bit later on tonight on all of our social media platforms. Orioles and Guardians tonight, 6:10, ready to roll at Progressive Field. Tanner Bybee and Chris Bassett, the pitching matchup tonight, 6:10, the first pitch downtown. Cavs and Raptors tomorrow, speaking of downtown. Rocket Arena, 1 o'clock to tip off. NBA playoffs get underway. Cavs a 7.5-point favorite tomorrow against the Raptors.
Sam, I need you to do me a favor tomorrow.
You got it.
I need you to text me around like noon and just be like, hey, Ryan, don't forget the Cavs are playing today.
Okay.
Because I really want to watch that game.
1 o'clock on Prime.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I have the capability to watch it.
You can do it. You just need to be
do
reminded.
not trust myself to remember to watch it.
All right. Here's what you need to do. Tonight, and that doesn't matter how late it is, because I know I'll be up probably really late tonight.
Wait, do I have to text you to remind you to remind me?
A reminder to remind you, and we'll make it work. Because that's the only way it'll work.
We are so screwed. I'm not going to remember to do that.
So, yeah, that's how we roll here. Also, coming up right before 6 o'clock tonight, got another pair of tickets to give away to the North-South Ohio All-Star Football Classic to be played at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon on Saturday, April the 25th. All right, a couple of great All-Star games that day. I've got a pair of tickets for you, and we're going to give those away right at the close of the show. Has anybody seen what the weather is doing out in Denver, Colorado right now? It is snowing to beat the band. And the Rockies and the Dodgers are supposed to play baseball in about 3.5 hours. But they said, the team says, we will start on time. They've got shovelers out there. They've got the plows. They're going to get ready to play ball tonight out in Denver. But it is a good old-fashioned April snowstorm right now out in the Rocky Mountains. But the Rockies and the Dodgers are scheduled to play tonight, I think around 8:45. The first pitch out in Denver. So maybe there won't be 1 million runs scored in the game tonight. Yeah, right now it's 29 degrees. And snowing. But they say the snow's going to let up around 5 o'clock their time, which will be 7 o'clock here. And they say that field will be ready to go. The lights will be on, and they're going to play ball with the first pitch temperature of 34 degrees. Now, here's the beauty of Denver, Colorado. You're going to start a game tonight at 33 degrees. Tomorrow, it's going to be 60. Sunday, it's going to be 76. Monday, it's going to be 82. That's just like, you think we've got goofy weather in Northeast Ohio? Colorado has bizarre weather.
Sound like our cousins, our weather cousins.
Yeah. I mean, they also are famous for like the 50, 65, 70-degree temperature dips. Like one day in Denver, it's 80. The next day, it'll be 19. Then it'll be 52. Then it'll be 79. Then it'll be 31. I mean, it's just, it's crazy. But that's how it goes out there.
It's all seasons, all year round in Denver.
Let's see. Okay, Purple Raiders, final score, game 1 of that doubleheader. They beat Heidelberg by the score of 11-2. Thank you, Nate, for that update. And I got to imagine game 2 now is already underway because game 1 started at 1. So that'll put the Purple Raiders at 20. Let me write this down here. 25-6. And if they'll go for the sweep today, that could get them to 26-6 on the year. Outstanding. Shout out Purple Raiders. Softball team won today too. So good job there. All right. Anything else I wanted to do here real quick? Oh, there was some sad. I knew I forgot. There was some sad news today. This really stinks. Major League Baseball. I don't know if you remember the California Angels back in the day, and they had a couple of teams that were really, really, really good. They actually won the 2002 World Series. And they had a guy by the name of Garrett Anderson who was on that squad. And he played 15 of his 17 Major League seasons with the Angels. He's a member of the team's Hall of Fame. He finished 4th in the American League MVP voting in 2002. 3-time All-Star selection, MVP of the Home Run Derby in 2003. Then he actually went on to be a TV analyst for the Angels when his playing career was over. And he was just a great guy. I didn't know Garrett Anderson personally. But I loved the way he played baseball. He never dogged it. He was never demonstrative after hitting a home. He seemed genuinely like a great guy. Played the game the right way, played hard every game, looked like his teammates loved him. The fans loved him. And doggone if he didn't pass away at the age of 53. Team announced that about 4 hours ago. No cause of death was given. I'm going to read a little quote here from the story. The Angels organization is mourning the loss of one of our franchise's most beloved icons, Garrett Anderson. Garrett was a cornerstone of our organization throughout his 15 years, and his stoic presence in the outfield and our clubhouse elevated the Angels into an era of continued success, highlighted by the 2002 World Series championship. Garrett will forever hold a special place in our hearts of Angels fans for his professionalism, his class, and his loyalty throughout his career and beyond. His admiration and respect for the game was immeasurable. 53 years old. Garrett Anderson passed away today. That stinks. Too young. Way too young. And a great guy. All right, with that, we'll take a break. 20 minutes past the hour. Sam Bourquin Show will return on 1310 WDPN.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, wishes the best of luck to Stark County student athletes this fall, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures.
We want to ensure that all of our kids have healthy meals every day.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping feed our kids.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
I woke up this morning and the sun was gone. Turned on some music.
1310 WDPN. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. Phone lines open 330-821-1310. Check us out on all of our social media platforms. Make sure you hit that subscribe button when you check us out on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the chat open today. Been active as usual. Our fill in the blank Friday today. On your sports calendar, the best month of the year is blank. On your sports calendar, the best month of the year is blank. You can take that poll quiz if you wish on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. 25% of you have April, 25% say September, 50% say other. I think April could be the best month of the year on the sports calendar. Sam, how can you say that? There's no college football. There's no NFL football. There's no high school football. And I know, but when you look at the month of April, just from the sports calendar standpoint, you've got the opening of the Major League Baseball season. You have the NFL draft. You have the NCAA Final Four. You have the Masters, the NBA playoffs, and you've also got WrestleMania. That's all in the month of April. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. Mark says, Sam, I got October. College football starts. MLB playoffs. Basketball just coming into play. Mike says, Sam, it's WrestleMania season. Patrick, he says, October, all 4 leagues are playing. And he's right. NBA, NHL, college football, NFL. They're all going in October. That's right. Let's see here. Jerry says, October, fall nights on the patio. Watching college football with good friends and drinks. I like it. You know, the last time I've been on a patio on a Friday night, I was probably 19. Yeah, I was 19. That's the year before I got into radio full time. Every Friday night since, I have been in the stadium. I'm getting old. Whew. Rainsburg, you're going to have to keep me young here.
Oh, okay. But I'm getting old too.
19 years old was the last time I was on a patio in October. Whew. It's gone so fast, I can't even begin to explain.
Oh, good. Yeah, good Lord. Yeah, the months that we're doing football Friday nights are.
Yeah. I mean, and
Whatever.
I started when I was late teens, early 20 when I got my first job in radio. And we're sitting here, 2026? So it's been 36 years plus. But it seems like it, they say, well, it seems like it was just yesterday. It doesn't seem like it was just yesterday, but it certainly doesn't feel like it's been 36 years.
Yeah, no, I think I started here when I was about 19 to 20.
What was the first thing you did when you started here?
What
you're doing now, or what did you start doing? What was
I
your first
started
job?
out just doing sports and Sunday mornings. So I would do the news on Sunday mornings on the AM for Rex and put in the programming and stuff.
So you were still producing sports then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we did a lot less back then. It was pretty much just Harry paid us on the AM, I think.
Yeah, because the FM wasn't doing anything.
No.
And we didn't have all this,
No, we didn't have any of the streaming
crazy
stuff.
technology. So you were just, okay, so.
Harry called the station on a phone that he hooked into an audio board, and he called the game.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
I had to do that a few times back in the day. So Harry was calling the games on 1310. Now, did he primarily do just Alliance? Or did he...
Now you're trying my memory.
Because I don't know.
I paid a lot less attention back then. I cared a lot less about sports, 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Probably. I would think it was mostly local high school.
I would think it would just have been only Alliance.
Yeah, I don't think we did Mount even back then, really.
No, they were doing Mount.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah, they were. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mount's been on here for
Okay, so it was
decades.
probably, yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Those were the days.
But here we are, and now we're doing, 7 games?
I used to...
On a Friday night between AM and FM?
I remember I used to throw in a Beatles song before each game so Harry would know it was about time to go because he liked the Beatles.
Did Harry work by himself, or did he have a color commentator?
No, it was just Harry and I. I was running the board here, and it was just Harry, as far as I remember. At least at first.
That's crazy.
Different time. God, yeah, that doesn't feel like 13 years ago.
No, I mean, when I got into it, we used a Marty unit to broadcast games. I had to lug this 30-pound Marty unit and headsets and cords and crowd mics. And I'm not kidding you. It was heavy. And my first gig in radio was over in Massillon. And, of course, hell, I was 20 years old. I had all kind of energy back then. But I had to hike that sucker all the way up those steps at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium every Friday night, up and down, back and forth. And I went over to the Canton station starting in 93. They still used a Marty unit. And you had to lug that thing all over the place. And it was just it was a different time. I remember when I first started at the Canton station, and I would do did some high school basketball play-by-play. And I'll never forget one of my first games was at Jackson. And I would lug this Marty all the way up the steps, up into the crow's nest up there, set it up, turn it on, plug the crowd mic in, plug the headsets in. I would have to run down to the lobby, call on the payphone back to the station, and ask them if they were getting a signal or not, if they could hear any kind of noise. They said, we got some background noise. I said, hold on. I put the phone down. I'd run back upstairs, put the headset on, testing, 1, 2, 3. Do you have me? 1, 2, 3. Put the headset down, run all the way down the steps, out into the lobby, pick up the payphone. Did you get me? Did you have me? Yeah, we got you. Okay, goodbye. I would hang up the phone and run back upstairs and get ready for the game. And that's just how it was. And thank goodness we don't have to do that anymore. 32 minutes past the hour, a little bit late. Got a break. 1310 WDPN. GlenOak coach Ryan McGonagle coming up right after the news.
Here's the latest news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:30. Stocks were up in today's trading amid an announcement from President Trump and Iran's foreign minister that the Strait of Hormuz is reopened to maritime traffic. The Iranians say they will allow commercial traffic to pass through for the remainder of the ceasefire. President Trump says the U.S. will maintain its blockade in the strait, which affects ships utilizing Iranian ports. More from ABC's Ian Panel.
In practice, it doesn't really change anything from the situation over the last week when the U.S. Naval blockade was put into place. I mean, on a technical level, all ships, oil tankers, for example, could have crossed through the Strait of Hormuz over the last week, in or out. Now, the reason they haven't in large numbers is because of concerns about the war, because of concerns about Iran, because of concerns about mines. And it'll take a little while for that confidence to be restored.
Meanwhile, a 10-day truce in Lebanon appears to be holding as President Trump calls it a historic day for Lebanon. The pause in fighting between Israel and Hezbollah might help extend the ceasefire between Iran and the U.S. and Israel. Pakistan's army chief met with Iran's parliament speaker to push for an extension. The House has approved a short-term renewal until April 30th of a surveillance program used by U.S. spy agencies. The action came in a post-midnight session today after Republicans revolted and refused President Trump's push for a longer extension. GOP leaders late Thursday had rushed out last-minute changes and called lawmakers back for a middle-of-the-night vote. Their proposal would have extended the program for 5 years with revisions, but the effort collapsed. At the center of the standoff is Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, which allows the CIA, National Security Agency, FBI, and other agencies to collect and analyze vast amounts of overseas communications without a warrant. Trader Joe's is agreeing to pay $7.4 million to settle a class action lawsuit accusing it of putting customers at risk of identity theft. Details from ABC's Sophie Flay.
If you used a credit or debit card at Trader Joe's from March to July of 2019, the grocery store chain may owe you money. The lawsuit claims that during that period, certain locations printed receipts that displayed sensitive financial information, putting customers at risk. Trader Joe's denies the allegations and any wrongdoing and says no one has reported identity theft. But you don't need to be a victim of identity theft to submit a claim.
It's 73 degrees in Alliance at 532. This is WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Meteorologist Mark Johnson has the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
A lot of sunshine coming our way for your afternoon. It's Friday, by the way. You're staying dry, you're warm, you get outside and have fun. 76 degrees for the high. Overnight, partly cloudy sky, still dry. Our low 59. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
$1310 WDPN. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show, 5:35 on the dot. We are going to be talking some GlenOak basketball with the new head coach of the Golden Eagles, Ryan McGonagle, set to join us here in just a couple of minutes. Phone lines open, 330-821-1310. Text line open, 330-924-7088. And don't forget, you can always chat with us on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the chat open today. And while you're there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you would. Guardians and Orioles set to go. It's 6:10 tonight. Got a final in game 1 of the doubleheader between Mount Union and Heidelberg. The Purple Raiders are winner today, 11-2. They're now 25-6 on the year. Cavaliers and the Raptors tomorrow. 1 o'clock. Rocket Arena, downtown Cleveland. Best of 7. Cavs win the series, right? Do we need to worry about the Toronto Raptors here? I'm being like 99% serious here. Do we need to worry about them? Is this going to be one of those series where we're like on the edge of our seat 5, 6, 7 games? I see the line has moved. It has gone from 7.5 to 8.5. The game tomorrow. Cavs favored by 8.5. The total is 219.5. 1 o'clock tomorrow on Prime. And then they will take Sunday off. They'll be back at it at 7 p.m. on Monday. Game 2 at Rocket Arena. And let me check here real quick for you. That ball game will be on Peacock and NBC Sports. I don't think the Cavs, I don't think they should have trouble here. We're healthy. We are as healthy as we have been in a long, long time. You got a pretty good starting 5. You got a good 4 coming off the bench. I don't think you need to go any deeper than that. Cavs should win that series. Shouldn't go more than 6. But I'll be disappointed if it goes more than 6. All right. Let's swing from the NBA to the high school ranks and talk a little high school ball with the new head basketball coach of the GlenOak Golden Eagles, and that is Ryan McGonagle, kind enough to join us here on the Sam Bourquin Show, AM 1310 WDPN, and all of our social media platforms, including the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Coach McGonagle, good afternoon, and before I say anything else, congratulations on the new gig. How you doing today, partner?
I'm doing great, Sam. I appreciate you having me on.
You got it. Got the word a couple days ago that this was going to happen, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to reach out to Coach here in a couple days and make sure we get all the T's crossed and the I's dotted, and we can make this happen. And first of all, again, congrats on the job. And you, of course, no stranger to GlenOak, being in the halls for many years as a teacher, coming over from East Canton now, where you did a great job with the basketball program there. But, when Coach Rick decided he was going to come over here to Mount Union and start up the women's flag football program, I said to myself, I don't know if he's going to be able to do both. And we kind of had a couple discussions off record, and I was like, okay. And then I started thinking, well, who's going to apply? Who's going to get this job? And I think they knocked this out of the park. How quickly did this happen for you, Ryan?
It was a process. I went through the interview process and got offered the job, and told the kids at East Canton. So it was a bit of a process, but definitely something I'm really excited about. GlenOak was always and has always been the end goal for me. I live here. Obviously, I've taught here for many years. I actually believe, Sam, I had your son in class when he was a student at Glenwood, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I did, yeah. GlenOak was always the end goal for me. Definitely a place that I love and I cherish, so.
Outstanding. So I know it's always a quick turnaround whirlwind when things happen like this with your work life, your personal life. You're leaving one school, you're coming to another, so to speak, in another capacity in addition to what you were already doing. What have the last couple of days been like for you, and what's the plan now as you kind of hit the ground running as the new basketball coach?
Last couple of days, as you can imagine, have been busy, but an exciting busy. I've been meeting with some of the athletic department to talk over some of the plans. And, at the end of the day, this is a kid's business. So we're just going to make sure that we try to give the kids a great experience, and we're going to try to do things the right way.
Coach Ryan McGonagle, our guest. He is the new head coach of the GlenOak Golden Eagles, kind enough to spend some time with us here on the show, 1310 WDPN. So what are the first couple of things? Obviously, you want to, get a staff together and, let everybody know how the program is going to be. What kind of philosophy now will you bring with you as the new head coach of GlenOak, coming over from East Canton? Your style, things that you want to do, things that you would like to get accomplished early on. What would those be?
Yeah, I would say our philosophy is probably a little bit different. Number one, we want to use the game of basketball to teach life lessons. Number two, we want to make sure we give our kids a great experience. And then number three, we want to put a product on the floor that the community can be proud of. And I say all that to say, for those that know me, they know I'm psycho competitive, and I do care about winning and losing. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we prepare the kids for the real world after basketball. We give them a great experience, and we try to win a lot of ball games doing that.
Ryan, if you could, in a capsule, your time at East Canton with the basketball program, what would you say?
I would say, and I say this with humility, but I think I'm proud to say that we're leaving East Canton basketball better than we found it. We put a lot of time, effort, and energy into the basketball program, and I had a great 5 years there. We were able to accomplish a lot of things, and we were able to do a lot of things there, just in terms of running the program, but also in terms of winning basketball games. We beat a Highland team, and anybody that knows basketball knows that that doesn't happen very often. We were able to beat a Highland team. We were able to take Malvern who I think finished the regular season that year 22-0.
Mm-hmm.
We had them on the ropes, took them to overtime. So we were able to accomplish a lot of great things, and I really cherish and loved my time at East Canton.
It's kind of cool. You know, you'll be going from what's East Canton been the last couple of years, Ryan? Was it D5, D6 maybe in hoops?
D6, yep.
D6 in hoops. And now you'll be making that big jump over to the Division I. And so that's kind of be like an exciting thing for you. When did you start to fall in love with the sport of basketball? How young were you, and how did it happen for you?
Yeah, so my story is pretty unique, and I think it has really allowed me to relate to kids at a high level. Kind of grew up with a lot of adversity. I have two older brothers that dropped out of high school and have been in some legal trouble and battled some drug addiction. My father, growing up, battled some drug addiction. So for me, initially, basketball kind of, like it is for some kids, it was a coping mechanism. It was a way for me to deal with some of the negative things going on in my life. And honestly, I just fell in love with the game. And I'm blessed to say that I knew at a young age that I wanted to get into teaching and coaching, to see if I could be a positive role model through basketball to a lot of young kids. So, yeah.
That's a great story. It sounds like obviously you've come through, and here you are now. Was there a coach, high school, college, NBA, that you kind of said, hey, I like this guy. I like the way he coaches. I like the way he motivates. I like the way he gets guys to do things. Anybody come to mind?
Yeah, I went to Tuskegee Valley High School, and I had a JV coach that just really poured into me and poured confidence into me. And, you know, I was kind of a late bloomer, and I think that has helped me a lot in coaching to never write kids off. But he's somebody that just poured a ton of confidence into me, and I think I became a better player because of him. And I think most importantly, I became a better person because of him. So his name is Dan Stotzer. I think he currently teaches at Buckeye Career Center. But, yeah, I'm very thankful for how he poured into me as a young kid.
Ryan McGonagle is our guest. He's the new head basketball coach at GlenOak, joining us here on the Sam Bourquin Show, 1310 WDPN. You know, there has been years, Coach, I would say even decades, people look at GlenOak, they look at Plain Local and say, why can't they win? Why don't they win in this sport? Why don't they do it in this sport? They've got 1 million kids in the school system. What's the problem? What's going on? You are very determined. You said you are almost to the psycho point of being competitive and winning games, winning life, winning sports. What qualities, what extra juice do you bring to GlenOak that you can turn this thing around and not only just, maybe get to the 500 level, but compete for a Federal League title, compete maybe for a state title down the road? What do you bring there?
Yeah, I think first I have a ton of belief in GlenOak and the kids there. I think I have a great advantage that I probably know more kids in that school district by name than anybody, just being a PE teacher at the 5th and 6th grade level, where all kids take PE, and I'm able to build relationships, positive relationships with those kids early on. But I think the biggest thing, and I think you know this, Sam, that a lot of times players take on the personality of their head coach. And the way that we run things is we're always going to put the team's success first, and the team outcome is going to matter more than anything else. And I think in a lot of ways, my competitive nature has filtered and permeated through the teams that I've coached. And I think if you watch some of our teams play, you would be able to know that there's a difference between playing hard and competing. So I think we're just going to be able to get our kids to just compete at a really high level.
What are the first couple of goals that you have as the new coach at GlenOak now? Would it be maybe, I don't know, there's always schools, and it can be a small school, could be a big school, where sometimes the kids don't come out. They don't want to come out, and you got to kind of walk the halls and say, hey, would you be interested in coming out and playing and some other things? I know you're going to be able to build a great roster there with some great kids. What's the key in getting those kids out of the hallways and onto that practice floor once you start playing?
Yeah, I believe that we always try to do a great job in making basketball attractive and making it a great experience. This doesn't mean that we don't coach our kids tough. Certainly doesn't mean we don't hold our kids accountable, but I think just by making it attractive in a variety of ways and making sure we're intentional about giving kids a great experience, I think because of that, you build something that kids want to be a part of.
Coach, what's your take on Stark County basketball President Day 2026? Obviously, the last couple of years have been, pretty good. Two teams going to the finals a couple of years ago. This past season, Massillon goes down and wins the whole thing. There's great coaching here. There's great schools. There's great tradition. What's your take on the Stark County basketball scene right now?
Love it. Absolutely love Stark County basketball. I mean, I've been a head coach at Lake Center. I've been a head coach at East Canton. I've been an assistant at St. Thomas. I've been an assistant at GlenOak. I think Stark County basketball, Stark County sports, some of the best in the state of Ohio.
What philosophy, I guess, I don't want to get too deep, but X's and O's wise, will you bring? Will you be the kind of a coach that's going to have a system or two in place and work the pieces in? Or is it going to be, okay, let me see what I got to work with, and then we'll make our plans from there?
Yeah, I definitely think you have to tailor your system to your players. And that's kind of an advantage coming from a small school. Our teams have been different every year. Lake Center, we had a team that played really fast and really free. We barely ever ran sets. We had 4 guys average double. Canton, we had a team, and that Lake Center team pressed for 32 minutes. East Canton, we had a team that played all zone, and we threw the ball in the post just about every possession. East Canton, we had another team where we kind of modeled the way Hoover's teams have used to play, where, we were trying to grind games out and win in the 30s and 40s. So we've definitely been flexible in adjusting our style of play to, just put our players in the best position to be successful.
It sounds like you will certainly be able to adapt. I remember watching you. I didn't get a chance to do a lot of East Canton games, but I remember maybe a year ago I went over to, it might have been over to East Canton. Might have been a tournament game, and you had the big kid. Forget his name right now, but you guys would just throw the ball down there and just let him go. And it was a fun brand of basketball, and I know the community was really excited there. In going to GlenOak, what would your philosophy be, Coach, on scheduling outside of the league? What kind of a non-conference schedule would you like to put together for your group moving forward?
Yeah, I think you want to get to the point, and this is one thing that I definitely respect about how Tom Siegfried ran his program at Louisville. I think you definitely want to get to the point where you'll play anybody and you want to play some of the best teams in the state. So we would definitely like to progress to that. Now with that, there's no nights off in the Federal League. But just who I am and who we want our teams to be is, we're going to compete, and we're certainly not going to back down from a challenge.
I know it's really early for you. Any idea who's going to be joining you on the bench once you get things fired up here coming up this winter?
We're working. We're going to start to work through that coaching staff. I have some interviews lined up next week. We're just very intentional about making sure we do our due diligence on who we bring on staff. I know Nathan Martin, who previously worked at the Hall of Fame. He's now a youth pastor. He was with me at Lake Center, and then he was with me my entire time at East Canton. Not only is he a great coach, but he's just a Hall of Fame person. I know for sure he'll be coming with me. And then other than that, we're just going to kind of work through our coaching staff.
Very good. Ryan McGonagle is our guest. He is the new head boys basketball coach at GlenOak, joining us here on the Sam Bourquin Show, 1310 WDPN, and all across our social media platforms. When I say high school basketball, what's the first thing that jumps into your mind?
Experience. giving our kids a great experience.
When you look at short term and long term, let's just say, I don't know, we'll go with a 5-year plan here for right now. Where would you hopefully like to see this GlenOak program 5 years from today?
Yeah, I think the best coaches balance coaching their current team, but also preparing for the future. So I hope that in 5 years from now, we have this pipeline culture with our youth program. And there's some great youth programs around that model this, but we have this pipeline culture with our youth program that creates an excitement to play high school basketball at GlenOak High School.
And one more quick one before I let you go. I think we finished up the second year with the divisions going to 7. What is your take on that? How do you think that has worked out early on?
I don't have a strong opinion on that. I will say, having coached at a small school, I really did enjoy getting to see Denny Tucci and Malvern go to state, and that was a cool experience just because it was his last year.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're thinking about putting the kids first, I think it just gives more kids an opportunity to experience what it's like to go to the state tournament and play in some of those games.
Good stuff. Well, we're certainly hoping at some point the Golden Eagles can get down there, whether it's Dayton or wherever they're playing those games in the next several years. We hope certainly you guys can have a chance to get there, and we will watch you. We'll watch your journey, and we'll root you on. And I know we'll be in touch a lot when the basketball season comes to start. Ryan McGonagle, new head coach of the GlenOak Golden Eagles. I appreciate your time. I know you're busy. I know you're on the road right now, so thanks for giving us a few minutes, and enjoy the weekend, and best of luck in what comes as the new head coach of the Golden Eagles. All right?
Thanks, Sam. I appreciate you very much, man.
You got it, brother. There he goes. Ryan McGonagle, the new head coach of the GlenOak Golden Eagles. Think they're in pretty good hands there. And, of course, Rick Hairston kind of stepping aside. And Rick's over in our neck of the woods now. Women's flag football head coach of the Purple Raiders of the University of Mount Union. So a lot of good stuff going on here. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll wrap things up here on this Fill in the Blank Friday. Stay with us, everybody.
This place has a pulse. You hear it in the canopy, feel it in the ground. Life, fully illuminated, engulfs you. From the birds singing in the treetops above to the tiniest insects in the soil below, you take a deep, cleansing breath, filling your lungs with the essence of the forest. Now, imagine it's all gone. Healthy, life-giving forests reduced to nothing. No singing birds, no lush canopy, and water and food in short supply around the world. Time is running out to protect our forests, and without our love, they can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our forests. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative,
and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
In classrooms across the country, chronic absenteeism is on the rise.
Sophia A., grade 4, absent.
Julio M., grade 6, absent.
Aisha S., grade 12, absent.
These absences are often due to the absence of crucial needs, like transportation, healthcare, a working computer, mental health support. The list goes on.
Olivia H., absent.
Preston L., absent.
Chloe B., absent.
The reasons why they're absent are very real, and yet the solution is someone present to help them along their path. When site coordinators from communities and schools are on hand, they connect kids to the resources they need. And when they do, 99% of students are present and remain in school throughout the year.
Jacob O., grade 10,
present.
Communities and Schools works directly with students, helping them overcome obstacles to succeed in school and in life. Learn more at communitiesinschools.org. Being present matters.
All right, I want to thank both my guests today, North Canton baseball coach Brian Ashby, and thanks to the new GlenOak basketball coach Ryan McGonagle for joining us here on the shows. We got about 2 minutes before we wrap things up. If you missed both those interviews, they will be up a little bit later on tonight on our social media platforms. You want to give some tickets away, or you want to wait till Monday? Want to wait till Monday?
Yeah.
Let's wait till Monday.
We really screwed the pooch on that one today.
Sorry.
We both forgot about it the whole show.
That's all right. We got plenty of tickets still to give away next week, so we'll hit that out of the starting block coming up here on Monday.
We're gonna hit that real hard next week because we fell off the wagon this week.
lots going on. Okay. Let me see here. Guards Orioles scheduled first pitch tonight 6:10. Cavs Raptors tomorrow 1:00. Don't forget 1:00 tomorrow, and the game is on Amazon Prime. There is a couple of NBA play-in games tonight. Don't forget. Orlando hosting Charlotte at 7:30. Golden State at Phoenix tonight at 10 p.m. I did want to mention this quick NFL note. The Houston Texans and All-Pro defensive end Will Anderson, listen to this. They've agreed to a historic 3-year, $150 million contract extension. That's right. A defensive end is making $50 million a year in the NFL. 3 years for $150 million. Highest paid non-quarterback. This is according to Adam Schefter on ESPN. Oh, by the way, he gets $134 million up front in guaranteed money. Holy smokes. All right, thanks to Rainsburg. Great job as always. Thanks to all of you for participating today, for texting, calling, emailing, and commenting on all of our social media platforms. We always love when you do that. Until we get together Monday at 3, everybody, please have a great weekend. Be safe, and as always, go Guards, go Browns, go Bucks, go Cavs. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.